Hello, everybody. I'm your host, Eric Bird, here at StopStrugglingNow.com. And welcome to the Friday Night Live, How to Become a Top 10 Percenter. That's right. We're going to make it happen this year. And welcome. Stop Struggling Now gear. Check. And please like, subscribe, and click the bell below so you get the latest updates. Now, let's get to it. All right, welcome back. And once again, I want to thank you everybody for being here. And after you watch this, please share the videos. And if you miss part of the video, you can always watch it again. And I always leave on the live chat. So that way people can always check the nuggets that's left by the rest of the community here. Well, tonight, how to become a top 10 percenter, financial freedom. You guys already know what the game plan is, but we're going to go over a few things. But first, let's see who's in the house. We have a new member amongst us. Welcome to the Friday Night Live stream. Melvin Taylor is now a member of the channel with the icon next to his name. Thank you so much for becoming a member of the channel. I humbly appreciate that. And thank you once again. All right. Charlene is in the house. Welcome to the Friday Night Live stream. Glad to see you again with the icon next to your name. Thank you so much for your support as well. I appreciate it. Campbell RPT, good evening. The fourth member of the Dominican Republic Real Estate Crew. Welcome to the Friday Night Live. I appreciate you being here. All right, Charlene, can you talk a little about tax code for the rich, please? Oh yeah, Charlene, you know we can talk about anything. But unless you're talking about the tax code that doesn't exist yet, I can't talk about that. The Biden thing about the increase in capital gains and all that stuff. Just so everybody knows and can stay calm, Congress, that means the House and the Senate are the only ones that pass tax legislation. But we're still going to talk about it. All right. Stop Struggling Now. Melvin, welcome. Walt Davis, thank you so much for that welcome for Mr. Melvin Taylor. Thank you. I appreciate that. And thank you for being here on the Friday Night Live and giving your support. All right. Hey, Charlene. All right. Silverman Fox is in the house on Friday Night Live. Thank you so much for being here. And especially another person with the icon next to their name, which means he's a member of the channel. I appreciate it. Hello. Victor Marrero's in the house. And I have to give his obligatory let's do this. Welcome, Victor Marrero, to another Friday Night Live. I appreciate you being here. And, of course, you can see the icon next to his name. So that means we're on the rocket ship for some nuggets tonight. Let's talk credit. Peso Pedro, welcome to the Friday Night Live stream. I appreciate you being here. Of course, we can talk about anything, but we're going to get around to it. Peso Pedro, big fan. Thank you so much, man. I humbly appreciate that, and I'm glad you're here. Hey, Walt, yes, another welcome. So we got everybody in the house. Melvin Taylor, the new member of the channel. But once again, thank you so much. All right, ladies and gentlemen, you know how I do the live streams. We can talk about anything. We have a few requests already. So, of course, we're going to get into that. But before we get into that, we got to show I have a new video that's going to be dropping tomorrow. So I'm going to give you guys a little preview, even though tonight we're talking about how to become a top 10 percenter. This is some of the information that you probably should know what the top 10 percenters and what the top 1 percenters are doing. So I'm going to give you a little preview, a little clip off of the internet that everybody can find out about. And I'm going to show you guys something. And it's going to be based on top 10 percenters. In this case, top 1 percenters. So let's go look at this so you guys can see for yourself. Things are a little crazy. All right. We're going to start with if you want to be a top 10 percenter, this is going to be based on 1 percenters. So if you can get if you can get to what 1 percenters are doing and understand what they're investing in, then you could easily get to be a top 10 percenter. All right. So we're going to go with top 1 percenters tonight. This article is a CNBC article from August of 2020. All right. So this is Q1 of 2020. Look at right here. Who owns stocks and households by net worth? Okay, look at this. If you were a top 1 percenter, 50% of top 1 percenters have stocks. If you're a top 10 percenter, that's 90 to 99%, you own 35% of those households. You can see right here, 87.2% of the top 10% households have stocks. 50 to 90%, only 12% in that case, a big drop off. And then, of course, the bottom 50%, which is, well, everybody that makes like $50,000 a year or less, unfortunately, you're in the bottom 50%. And that's before tax, by the way. All right. Now, what I want to show you as well, look at this. Now we're going to find out, we're going to go with the assets. Remember those assets, those things that pay you that we talk about? Remember that? You know how we talk about assets. They're not, a house is not an asset unless somebody's paying you for it. All right. That means you should have a renter in there. So we're talking about real assets, assets such as equities, AKA stocks. 34% of their asset is in stocks. That's the heaviest. All right. Other assets, 22.4%. Other assets, well, that could be art. That could be some other valuables, gold, silver, precious metals. It could be bonds. It could be a bunch of things. But it all has to do with assets. Now, look at number 3. Private businesses is 21%. That means streams of income, ladies and gentlemen. None of these top 3 things is relying on real estate to bring them into the top 1%. Real estate is one of the things that's going to be included, but notice where their money is. Business and equities, all right, and other assets that bring in money. Number 4 is real estate. Notice it's only 12% of their asset. Notice how small real estate is of their assets. That should give you a clue. And notice pensions. They're not worried about pensions because they have private businesses. They have equities. They have dividend income. They have a bunch of stuff coming in. And then, of course, consumer durables, you know, that's minor. That's nothing. Now, go in contrast. Look at here, ladies and gentlemen. Bottom 50%. You know how many of you have heard, go to school, get a job, and by the way, get that house. Notice number 1 is real estate. You're locked into a 15-year, and most people are locked into a 30-year mortgage. You got to pay or you got to sell. The only way you make any money from that is you get appreciation from your house, or what you should be doing is have people paying your house note, or you have the extra streams of income that pays for your house note if you own a home in real estate. Notice bottom 50% is locked in. All right. Notice the top 50, top 1 percenters, their first things are stocks, assets, and businesses. They got it reversed. Notice consumer durables for the bottom 50% is spending 20%. We already got 74% on stuff that you have to buy all the time. You're not even thinking about, if you're in the bottom 50%, to have revenue streams coming in. It's reversed. This is crazy, right? Other assets, of course, it's only going to be 12%. And pensions, of course, it's going to be higher than the 1 percenters because they're almost at 9.4. But you have to rely on pensions. And because you don't have any disposable income because you're too busy paying for all this dumb stuff that I call it. Unfortunately, real estate, some people don't look at it the same way I do. But real estate that you pay for, we'll talk about a person that has real estate. And I always bring up Victor Marrero because he's in the house. He's here tonight. So he has a house that he bought in Georgia. I tell it every live stream, I'm probably going to tell this story. Bought a house in Georgia a long time ago. He rents out his house in Georgia, and it pays for his house in Orlando. That's how you're supposed to do it, ladies and gentlemen. You turned it into an asset. Somebody's paying his house note there or house there, and that money now is freed up to pay for the house he lives in now. So now the house he lives in right now is another asset. He's not paying for it. Somebody else is. So now he has extra money to now buy equities, right? You see up here, now to create other businesses and even get more real estate. A big change from the bottom 50%ers who are living paycheck to paycheck and buying debt. All right. Notice equities is only 2.2 and private businesses are 1%. This is exactly what you should expect. So for the last 2.5 years, you guys have heard me talk about streams of income. Be like Melanie Bonita, the 23 streams of income woman, the Wonder Woman. You got to be like her. Get those streams of income because those are what are we calling private businesses. Invest in stock market, and now you have another asset you can invest in is crypto. Invest in those two things, and now you start moving yourself up out of the bottom 50% and start moving yourself into the top 50%. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to get into it tonight. So, of course, we can talk about anything. Let's see. Peso Pedro wanted to talk about credit tonight. We can talk about credit. Okay, here's what's happening, Peso Pedro. For the last 2.5 years, I generally talked about credit. It was low-hanging fruit. We had My Jewelers. We had Ox Publishing, Hutton Chase. We had AU Trade Lines. We had it all going on where you could just pay to add these companies and you could improve your credit score because we all know credit, number one thing is on-time payments. So most of the time, if a person has derogatory credit, they might have missed a payment. That's fine. But then we could have used authorized user trade lines because we could have went back 5 years and then we could have offset that relatively simply in the next 30 days. All right. But now the credit bureaus, the lenders, they all have gotten smarter and they said, you know what, we're going to discount that authorized user trade line because it's not your own personal trade line under your own social security number where you're paying for it monthly. You're piggybacking off of somebody else's. So we're going to discount that now. Now, what they also did was they came out with FICO 10. They came out with the FICO Resilience Index. They came out with a bunch of stuff. All right. And the credit bureau started blocking My Jewelers, Ox Publishing, Hutton Chase, and the new guys, AG Jewelers. All these companies have been reporting 6, 7, 10, 12 years, but yet the credit bureau said, no, you're helping people improve their credit score, and we don't really want that. So that's what's been happening. So as far as any credit in 2021, I've been saying this for a while. The last 2 or 3 months, ever since AG Jewelers and everybody else, the credit bureau started jacking, I said, okay, look, no more of that. Just go for soft inquiry credit. Okay. Unfortunately, under this video in the description, I don't have any of that information. So you have to Google the channel and then just put in soft inquiry, no hard inquiry, and then it'll come up. And underneath in the description, underneath those videos, you'll find things like the Tomo card, the Tomo credit card. You'll find things like Grow Credit. You'll find things like X1 card. You still have to be on the wait list for X1, but it's going to be no hard inquiry as well. You'll find the 2 cards that you can get, Victoria's Secret or Overstock. You can get those with a shopping cart trick. So you could potentially get 4 or 5 cards, maybe even more because I'm missing out on 1 or 2. But you could get 4 or 5 or 6 cards with soft inquiry, no hard inquiry. So all that's going to happen is it'll be added to your credit report, and that'll help with your on-time payment. That'll help with your debt utilization, which is 65% of your credit score. You'll also have a new mix of credit. So now we're up to 75% of your credit score. And then once they started hitting the payments, that'll help your age of on-time payments as well. So now you'll almost have effectively almost 90% of your credit score could be affected, and it'll help you improve your credit score without having to do anything. All right. Other than soft inquiry, hard inquiry. That's what you should be trying to do in 2021. All right. So that's the first phase of the credit situation right now. The third phase of the credit situation is what we've been talking about. Celsius Network, Nexo. This is all crypto that I'm talking about. And by the way, down below is your free $10 from Bitcoin. So in the description. And also the free stocks from Robinhood and Webull in the description. Plus other things are down there too. Like the Celsius Network I'm about to talk about is down there. Now, with them, the new credit game is this, what I've been talking about for the last 3 months. New credit game, you invest in crypto, then you have your money at Celsius Network or Nexo. You could even have it at BlockFi, and you can borrow against your assets. So now you're investing just like you can invest in the stock market, and you can borrow against your stocks, but it's called margin. The same thing is in crypto, except there's a huge difference. With crypto, you have a huge upside. Well, you have a huge downside too because of volatility. But the point is, with crypto, with Celsius Network, if you just borrow 25% of the value of your crypto or less, you get a 1% loan. And it's not for a short term, like 12 months, like SALT lending. It's not a 6-month, 12-month thing. You can run it out to 36 months for that loan at 1%, ladies and gentlemen. That's it. And if your crypto goes up in price, so be it. You benefit from the appreciation, but you only owe 1% from your own loan. So now you're the bank, so you can pay yourself back. You don't need credit anymore because there is no credit qualifying. There is no credit check. So now you become the bank. So once you start changing your mindset into thinking normally credit is we're borrowing, then paying back a monthly fee. Most people just pay the minimum, and then you're paying all this extra interest. Well, now you can just buy assets and borrow against yourself. No credit check, no nothing. Game over. This is why the banks and all these guys have been giving FUD, because they don't want people to do this, because then you won't need a bank, nor will you need a credit bureau. You won't need them at all. You'll bypass them, and you'll be wealthy because you want to be a top 10%er, right? So that's what you have to do. Nobody can stop you at that point. So think about that. All right, let's go. All right, let's see. We were going to do credit, and we were going to talk about, the tax code. Let's see who else is in the house. All right. Love, stop struggling now. Well, that's what Walt Lewis said. Hello, hello. All right. Let's see how far we got to go down that I'm missing. Super Rich is in the house. Been waiting for the gems all day. Thank you so much. Oh, that's right. Speaking of gems, please smash that like button. All right. So we can get to YouTube algorithm so they'll know people are here watching the live stream. And speaking of gems, there's usually gems from the community all the time, every live stream, you guys. So get your pen, pad, pencils, whatever you need ready, recorders, whatever you need, get it ready, because all you got to do is just do your own due diligence and pick what you want to pick out amongst all the gems or nuggets that are going to be dropped. So stay tuned. Hey, SSN fam, Tanisha Lyles is in the house. Welcome to the Friday night live stream. Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate it. Good evening, Mr. Bird and SSN fam. 1%er. That's right. Driving and listening. Thank you so much, Wilson Koo. I appreciate that. And the icons next to his name and the icons next to Tanisha Lyle's name. I appreciate that. Means they're a member of the channels in case you're new around here. And of course, if you're not a member of the channel, please subscribe to the channel if you like what we're talking about. All right. Now, let's see. Campbell RPT, Biden tank crypto market. No, Campbell RPT. No, he didn't tank anything. All that happened is a buying opportunity. That's what's happened. You know how we're supposed to do this. It dropped 10%. Well, basically, it's dropped 20% since only 2 or 3 weeks ago for the FUD. It's only FUD, man. So anyhow, this is probably what Charlene's asking about, is the tax code. All right, ladies and gentlemen, you got to get your minds right. Here's what's really happening. It's all propaganda, but I'm going to give you what he really wants to do. And the reason why the top 10%ers and their ilk are going to be trying to push back against this and give misinformation. First of all, get every story straight regarding this. I mentioned it earlier. Only people that can change the tax law is Congress. That means House and Senate have to agree to change the tax laws together. Then they send it over to the president to sign. That's your first thing. Now you got to think about how America has lobbyists. The guys that bribe your senators, okay? They're the big corporations. They're the companies. They're the people, the top 1%ers who are going to give these guys money and try to bribe them so they will not do this 39% or 43% capital gains. All right? So that's another line of defense against this. Let's go to the next level. The next level, which is the real level. The real level is if you make $400,000 a year or more, I'm sorry to say, you're going to get taxed more money. This only applies to these people who make 1%er money. Top 1%ers aren't going to be able to escape the tax, allegedly. All right? So that's what this all has to do with. It doesn't tax everybody, this 39, 43. It's corporate tax. He's trying to get that, and he's trying to get $400,000 or more per year individuals to pay more tax. Everybody who makes less than that, you're good. So it ain't even going to matter. So that's why when Camel RPT, you talking about they tank the crypto market? Not really. The only way they're going to tank the crypto market, which would be the stock market as well, is if they came up with that Janet Yellen BS and they started talking about, oh, well, we're going to give unrealized capital gains tax, meaning crazy nonsense that she's talking. That's what you should be afraid of, because if your crypto goes up from 50,000 to 60, all of a sudden these guys are talking like they want to tax you. You bought in at 50 and it went up to 60 and you got $10,000 of appreciation and you didn't cash out. They're talking about, oh yeah, we want 15 or 20% of your unrealized capital gains. That would be unrealized for a house as well, unrealized for stock as well. So when your stocks go up 100%, you're going to tell me I haven't even cashed out and you're going to take my money and the stock market could drop tomorrow. That's insanity, right? So she'd given that FUD out there. So disregard all the bullshit, all right? Nothing's happening, but this is nothing more than a buying opportunity, because the same things that happen with crypto is going to happen with stock. They're along the same asset classes right now. So if they start talking about they're going to up the capital gains taxes or anything like that, it's across the board. Same thing's going to happen. So yet you see the stock market rallied, and yet you see the crypto went down. You know why? Because people might have taken profit in crypto, because it did rise. And then they said, you know what? Stock market went down. Let me go buy some stocks today, like I did, because the stock market was down for the last 2 or 3 days. It's crazy. So you got to think about what you're going to do with your assets, because that's how you become a top 10%er, right? So you can move your assets around, but don't worry about that little tax situation. Nothing's going to happen with that. If anything's going to happen, it has to go through House, then it has to go through Senate. It's not going to happen. The Senate's only a 50-50 almost divide. The House, Democrats could run anything they want to through, but the Senate's not going to run anything they want through to, because there's going to be people in both camps, the top 10% lobbyists. They're going to be like, hey, man, we ain't donating to $20 million next year if you pass this. You know what I'm saying? So that's how America works anyhow. That's why the rich get richer. All right? So don't worry about it. We're all good. Moses Tillman's in the house. Good evening, SSN fam. All right. Welcome to the Friday Night Live. Moses Tillman with the icon next to his name. Thank you so much for your support. I appreciate it. Okay. Buy OP for crypto. I don't know about buy OP. I don't know who OP is. Don't tell me that's another crypto Wilson coup. But that's all I'm saying about the crypto. Don't worry about none of that. And I probably should actually go pull it up. But you guys can Google it up and you'll see what Biden's talking about. It has to do with the people that are basically top 1%ers, top 5%ers of the wealth. And by rights, they should be. Because I'm going to give you guys a situation. Probably in about a month or so, I got to get a tax person on here. Maybe I'll get a friend of mine to come on. He's an accountant and we can talk about it. But right now it's tax season, so I don't want to let them. They got to do what they got to do. But I told you guys on Wednesday, you guys got to understand, no matter what the tax code is, the way things are structured for businesses, which is why on that list that you saw, which by the way, Let me go get this list. I'll put it in chat too, so people can see the list of what the 1%ers basically invest in and what the top bottom 50% invest in. It's a stark difference. So you guys can get that link in the chat room. Now, let me explain. If he does come up with that tax, let's just say Congress and the Senate and everybody lost their mind, right? And all of a sudden they go 43%. And basically, you did notice that the 1%ers have private businesses. There's a reason you have private businesses, okay? So you can have equities. So if they say, okay, we're gonna mess over crypto specific, then everybody's just gonna be in stocks. They don't really care where they get their 10% or 15% or more every year. They'll be like, F crypto. We won't invest in crypto. We'll just invest in stocks then. And if they do the same thing for both stocks and crypto and your income, then all they're going to do is they're just going to do what I said on Wednesday night, what I'm doing. All I'm going to do is just write myself that I only made X amount of dollars, because under the tax code, we have what we call a regressive tax situation. So if you make 0 to like 10 grand, you have a tax implications of damn near 0. If you make like, I don't know the actual numbers though, don't get me exactly right on this. If you make like 20 to like 37 grand, then you owe like 15% or 10% in taxes, right? So it's progressive or regressive, so to speak. So basically, even if you make under 40 grand, you're going to pay less in taxes and you're going to pay less in capital gains or profits. All right. If you have a house, you still can deal with $250,000. You don't have to pay capital gains on. So if I have a house for 400 grand, I sell it for 600. I don't have to pay capital gains on that 200,000 profit I got, because it's up to 250,000 that you have to pay capital gains on. And this is why home prices go up, because if I have a house in Cali, in Austin, Texas, in Florida, and I bought the house 5 years ago for 300, 400 grand, them homes are now worth over 700 grand in most cases. So now it's over that $250,000 threshold. So now what happens is they go, oh, wow, my house is worth 900 grand. I'm going to owe 200. I have 200,000 in capital gains. What do you mean I got to pay 70 grand to the IRS man? What are you talking about? So this is the reason why now, what are you going to do in order to avoid that? You're going to overpay for homes, because if you can take the extra money and buy another asset, then you're not going to be taxed. So that's why home prices keep rising as fast. All right. You guys got to get in the game. They're not going to pay the tax anyhow, just like I'm not going to pay the tax anyhow. All I'm going to do is, from my businesses, I'm just going to take out money as a salary that's going to be, I told you guys already, that's going to be under $35,000. That's it. I'm going to pay myself $35,000 or less this year under W-2. Then I take out owner distribution for the rest, which is not going to be taxed. All right. And the company is in a company name. And if you're in Florida and you have an LLC or an S Corp, you don't have corporate taxes. But if you have a C Corp, you got problems. You got taxes to pay. But an S Corp and an LLC, you have no taxes to pay in Florida. That's why a lot of companies and a lot of people moving to Florida. And then, of course, you don't have any state tax in Florida. So that's another thing. So this is why a lot of people live in Florida. All right. So just giving you some game on the tax situation. So all I got to do is I'll just write different. You can write whatever you want when you own your own business. You can make your salary whatever you want. And not only that, let's get into something else. I'll even go one step further. That's crazier. How about this? Just like I can borrow against my Celsius Network's crypto, that is not a taxable event, because you did not sell your crypto, right? So it's only when you sell your crypto. So I'm never going to sell my crypto. All I'm going to do is borrow against it, pay myself back. Once it's paid up in full, and if I ever need another loan, I borrow against my loan again, pay myself back. I never cash out. Only when you cash out do you have a capital gain situation. So now let's move it to a business. So if you guys may not be, so I'm paying taxes under the W-2 scenario. We got payroll taxes to pay. All right. So we're paying tax. They're taking out the tax for that 30-some thousand, which is minor. Okay. Now, check this out. I can just write the company. I can say, hey, I want to borrow company funds because I'm CEO. All right. You guys getting this? I don't have to even take a salary or distribution. I could just say, hey, I need to borrow from the company. Will you guys approve this? Okay, the board approves it. Yep. Here's your advance. Here's your advance of $100,000. All right. A loan. Right. So now I got to pay back my loan. Again, that's a payback of a loan that's not going to be considered salary. All right. You guys getting the picture yet? That's all that's going to happen. There's nothing that's going to change. Of course, some people are going to have to pay more, which are in the top 1%ers, because they might be retired or they might have their money in a different scenario. They don't have enough businesses, or who knows what their thing is. But all I'm saying is that's all that's going to happen. There's just going to be adjustments. All the tax codes are primed for top 10%ers. The people that's supposed to pay the tax are basically the lower 60% of the population, because the top 10%ers definitely know the tax code. And then basically you get on the outside of that, 20 to 30%ers of that, they know the tax code because they make $200,000, $150,000 a year. They don't want to be giving up almost half of their income. So they know they have businesses. They know what time it is. So again, the lower 60% though, you're sitting there going, man, I work at a job. I make $60,000 a year. Next thing I know, I only have like 40 after tax. What the hell's going on? You see what I'm saying? Come on, catch up, guys. We've been talking about it, but now we're talking about some more. This is why you got to share these videos, because people don't really realize what's going on. They're thinking it's all fair out here. No, it's real in the field out here. If you're not a top 1%er, a top 10%er, or a top 15%er, or 20%er, you don't even care what the tax code is because you're not getting paid. If you're getting 70 grand a year, 80 grand a year, all you're doing is looking at your statements going, damn, man, what's going on here? I make $7,000 a month, but my check's like $4,850. What's happening? $5,000 every month. You just think it's normal. But if you're a business owner, you don't have a check of $7,000 a month. And I'll give you another one. I could have a check of $7,000 a month, but I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to write me a check and say, okay, I made $2,000. Here's your salary, $2,000 this month. And then I'm going to write me an owner distribution of $5,000. That's it. Done. $2,000 payroll taxes. Take my freaking $500 or whatever. We're done. Okay. That's it. And because Stop Struggling Now LLC is in Florida, we have no corporate tax. S corp. Okay, guys. Hopefully you guys are getting it. All right. Great evening, everyone. Melody Bonita, Miss 23 Streams of Income's in the house. Welcome to the Friday Night Live stream with the icon next to your name. Thank you so much for being here. And just in case you're new around here, Melody Bonita is on Amazon. She writes books. She's a speaker. She's an author. She's a all-around world beater. 23 streams of income, and we can't catch her. I'm just talking about me. All I know is me, Victor Marrero, together don't have 23 streams of income. Then we can add some other people. We still won't have 23 streams of income. This is crazy. She by herself has 23 streams of income. And she has books on Amazon, by the way, under her name. So I always got to bring that up because it's amazing. Real estate has been a life changer for our family, but you have to take action. I failed to, oh my God, buy in Hawaii for $195. Wow, while stationed there 18 years ago. Same home is now over $1 million now. Damn. Exactly. That's exactly what we're talking about, Victor Marrero. Thank you so much for sharing. Because how many times have you guys heard me say? How many times have you heard me say, we can't win them all? We just can't. You can't win them all. Just win one or two. That's all you got to do. You can't win them all. But he had the opportunity, and he didn't pull the trigger on that, but he pulled the trigger on something else afterwards. But it's always like, damn, I wish I would have done something. And the same rules for me apply. You know, story time, once again, you guys have heard me talk about this before. Down in Miami is a place called Aquilina. At the time I was down there, a friend of mine stays at Aquilina 1, as I call it, because that was the only building there at one time. And so it's in Sunny Isles. So Aquilina 1 was built, and they just were building the foundation, and they had about 10 floors of Aquilina 2 is what I call it, which is now I think it's called Estates at Aquilina. But anyhow, they had like 10 or 12 floors, and she turns to me and says, hey, Eric, all they're requiring is 10% down, or they want you to put down $150,000 to reserve your unit. Okay? That also was about only about 12 years ago, maybe 10 years ago, if that. I don't even remember. I think it might even somewhere between 8 and 10 years ago. But anyhow, so I sat there and I was like, well, I don't live in Florida. I could care less. You guys have hurricanes. I came up with all these reasons why I shouldn't do it. Plus, there was no biggie about it. Okay, estates at Aquilina right now, some of them places are $10 million, $20 million. So these are the opportunities that you will miss sometimes, thinking that it's not going to be about anything, but you can't win them all. So we had to invest. We invested in something else. That's all there is to it. You can never win them all. Just like in the stock market, you can't win and pick all the right stocks. There are going to be losers. If everybody could pick the right stocks, then everybody would be following one person or two people because they'd be the only ones picking the right stocks. You're always going to pick losers, but you only lose when you sell. Just keep that in mind. All right. So just stay the course. That's it. James Way, welcome to the Friday night live streams. Glad to see you here. Damn right. Thank you so much. We have to send Melanie on a 12-month vacation so we can catch her. I like that. Exactly. But something tells me even if we did that, she wouldn't be on vacation. Something tells me first of all, we have to have a caveat on this. We got to take away her phone. We got to take away her money. We're going to have to make sure that she has food, water, and a place to stay in a bed. And that's it. She has no outside communications. And she can bring a couple friends. That's about the only way we can lock her down, because otherwise I have a feeling if she has internet connection and a phone, she's going to be adding some more streams of income while we're trying to catch her. And we already got a problem because she's going to be over in Punta Cana in about 2 months. So that means she could have 24 streams of income here. And now we got problems. Another one. Every time I move up, she gets another one. It's crazy. Oh, by the way, I forgot. She mentioned something about Clubhouse. This is how she went from 21 to 23 because one of the two extras is because she got monetized on Clubhouse. That's right, Clubhouse. That Clubhouse, the one if you're an Apple user, you can get Clubhouse. Well, guess what, ladies and gentlemen? If you're an Android user, guess what? I have a back door. You can only listen and you can only talk. You cannot invite. You can't create a room yourself, but you can get on Clubhouse. So I have a link down below for Android users in the description. And anyhow, they monetized her. Can you believe this? Clubhouse kind of like just came out like 3-4 months ago. So this is one of her streams of income, which I can't get because I'm on Android. So I can't open rooms in Clubhouse right now until some Android user like this Grishka guy who I have the link down below. You click on the assets when you get to the page, or you click on the 1.08. But click on the assets, and then when it downloads, you'll see APK download. And all you can do is get your phone number in, and I can't remember. I think they send you a code and it signs up. But after that, you need an invite from somebody. All right? That's the only way that it can work, because you can't do anything else. All it'll do is let you sign up, put your phone number in, and then you got to get somebody to invite you to Clubhouse. And then once you get that invite, then you can listen to everything in it. Not everything, but a lot of rooms that are open, and you can participate in the conversation, and that's it. But link down below for the Android users, and you can monetize yourself right now. So if you can open rooms and get on there, there's another way you can make money, ladies and gentlemen. All right? Wow. When I was in Hawaii over 30 years ago, I don't remember houses being that cheap in Mililani. At Victor Marrero, what city were you in? Oh, he must have been on one of the islands. Because as you know, Mililani, let me see, that's outside of Oahu. So that means Mililani is what, 45 minutes outside of Oahu? 195. How long ago was that? 30 years? Yeah, it would have been. He said 18 years ago. So that would have been around 2000, 2002. Yeah, actually, in Mililani, you might have been able to find something for like 300. I don't know about 195. But there were places outside of Oahu for 195. If you go to North Shore, there were, where Turtle Bay is, then you would be like, you could get something for 195. I do know that. Or if you went to the definitely on the Big Island. Shout out to my boy Saul on the Big Island of Hawaii, man. Hopefully you're doing good with the horses and all. All right, that's how we do it. She still get 5 more streams. Yeah, exactly, man. She'll find a way. She'll write a book while she's there, talking about wherever we put her at. She'll have a book out for that. She'll create something, and we'll still be behind. I'll be doing book signing. I knew it. I'll be doing book signings, speaking on Clubhouse, and doing YouTube videos while on vacation too. I knew it. That's why I said we have to take away your computer. We got to take away your phone. We got to take away your internet access, and we got to take away all your friends' computers, phones, and internet access, because she's going to come back with the whole, like, every day she'll have a video, she'll have Clubhouse, she'll have speaking if we allow her to do that. So she was right. She will come back with all kind of stuff and probably add 2 more while she's over there in the lab. So, yeah, I can only imagine. I smashed the like button. Thank you very much. And everyone else, please smash that like button. And if you like what we talk about, I always say it, please subscribe to the channel. And I'm a fan of helping other people. So please share the videos. If not this one, then one that I've already done. All right. Leah Dennis is in the house. Welcome to the Friday night live stream. Thank you so much for being here. And the icon next to your name. I humbly appreciate that, being a member of the channel. Good evening, SSN fam. Glad to be here. All right. Thank you so much. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that's right. So hopefully we got all that out of the way about the real estate being the top 10 percenters. Hopefully that adds to the tax codes and the tax things. You guys can look all this stuff up. You know how we do this. None of it's out there. It's all legal, all legitimate. It's no back doors that I'm talking about. This is all being done right under your nose with these top 10 percenters. All right. And I don't know anything else, but you guys should probably know that you can have holding companies as well. So you have a holding company. We'll call it Company 1. Company 1 can own Company 2, the Warren Buffett model is what I'll call it, even though he's not the inventor of it or anything. But Company 1 is controlling Company 2, but they're 2 separate entities. Company 2 makes revenue, but because you have a parent company, the revenues go up to Company 1. And remember, it's a separate entity. It's not you. So the only time you as a person is going to have a taxable event is when you write yourself as your payroll tax. All right? So keep all this kind of thing in mind. And then you can minimize your LLCs and your holding companies. You can minimize the taxes. on that because once again, they use this loan thing again because I can loan my subsidiary $200,000. So now when they make revenue and they're paying me, moving the money up, and they're saying, well, here's 50,000, here's 20,000. These are non-taxable events. See what I'm saying? They'll get around it. It's not a problem, really. It's just a problem for everybody else if they dropped it down to where they start going, well, if you make 50,000 or more, that's where the problem's going to come in. I was there from 2000 to 2003. The community was close to Mililani. Can't recall the name. It was another service member trying to sell. I was stationed at Fort Shafter. Oh, right on. Okay. All right, ladies and gentlemen, in case you do not know, let's talk about it. Let's see. I probably have stories about there too, because I've been starting to give you guys a little bit of stories. Melanie Bonita, thank you for the $4.99. I appreciate that. I humbly appreciate the donation. Thank you so much. Multiple streams of income is the only way. Exactly, Melanie Bonita. If you were seeing what I had down here on the screen where I was showing everybody, you can see right here. I'll go over again in case we have new members. You can see where the top 10 percenters, where their assets are. They're in equities, other assets, and businesses. Those are the top three things. Look at the top three for the bottom 50 percenters, which is the ordinary citizens. They're doing real estate, consumable, durables, other assets, which, could be crypto, sneakers. I mean, I don't know what the other assets really are. But notice there's a huge difference. Real estate, you're locked in. Consumer durables, you're locked in. Whereas equities, other assets, and private businesses, you're not locked in. Private businesses, you can make more money. Equities, you make money while you sleep. Businesses, you make money while you sleep. Real estate now to them is making money while you sleep because that's only 12% of their assets because they're renting it out. They don't really care about the real estate at this point because their businesses and equities are making them money while they sleep. Dividends are coming in. Interest only's coming in. So that's not their thing. But they're the bottom 50%, look where they're holding. They're holding real estate, usually a house where you're paying a mortgage on. Then you're buying consumer durables, which don't do anything for you. That's not really assets other than you could sell them and get your money. Now, there's a huge difference. That's why Melanie Bonita has saying multiple streams of income is the only way to go, because you always have streams of income and it's based on today's prices. When it's based on today's prices, you don't have to worry about anything. If the cost of living rises, so what? I get to charge more anyhow because it costs me more. Just like what's about to happen now, in case you haven't ordered any of these nice Stop Struggling Now t-shirts at the StopStrugglingNow.com website, $25, no tax, no shipping. I have to increase the price because prices have risen. So now I got to charge more for the t-shirts and hats now. Okay, there's no way around it. So you better order in the next 24 hours because after tomorrow, things are going to be up about $3 or $4 more because shipping costs more. Materials cost more. Everything costs more. And I've kept the same price for like 2 years. $25 for t-shirts. That's it once you order. But yet it costs like $10 to ship. It's crazy. Out of control. In fact, USPS went up too, by the way. So that's one of the things that's happening. Mylan B's in the house. What's up? Thank you so much for being here on the Friday Night Live. I appreciate that. All right. I was there from 89 to 91. My stepfather was stationed at Schofield Barracks. That's right. I graduated from Leilahua High School in Wahiawa in 1990. Number 30-year high school anniversary because of the pandemic. No 30-year high school. Wow. Wow. That is amazing. Amazing. Right on. Okay. Story time, which I'm not going to give you a story about it. One of my girlfriends, long ago is from Mililani. So give you guys an idea. She was, I'll just give you her mom was French and her dad was Hawaiian. Beautiful woman. Out of control. Anyhow, this is what we talk about, ladies and gentlemen. So real estate in Hawaii back in the day, if we start going back, it was always expensive, But if you're on the outskirts, even on Oahu, if you went to North Shore, well, North Shore is one way where they have the surfing events. Homes were cheaper out there because it was rural almost. Then you go to North Shore, Turtle Cay, and I call it North Shore, Turtle Bay. You go up there, and also it was like, I mean, rural. They would have grocery store was basically one grocery store every, like 20 miles. And you'll find a lot of little mini marts. Prices were cheap back then. But because of Oahu, Honolulu area, prices started escalating. So now the rest of the islands, even Maui, even Kauai, even homes on those islands are now expensive. Kona, that was always like the cheapest island you could get. And even now, Kona's expensive. Even where they have the volcanoes is expensive. It's crazy. So that's how it works, especially in tropical zones. You just never know what's going to happen. So everybody who hasn't joined us over in the Punta Cana, Dominican Republic area, getting your no qualifying real estate, I hope you join us. Or go to Mexico. Or go to some other place. It doesn't really matter. But what we're trying to do here is get your real estate asset, the one that pays you revenue. All right. And if you don't have to qualify with credit and all you need is your down payment, then that just means you need streams of income. That's it. Because there's no credit check and no qualifying. So now all you need is your 10% down payment. And then you just pay monthly in pre-construction mode until the thing's finished in 2 years or 3. Ronald Anderson's in the house and driving. Thank you so much, Ronald Anderson, for being here on the Friday Night Live and listening in. I appreciate it. And he's got the icon next to his name as well, which means he's a member of the channel, giving me some of that financial love. I appreciate that, Ronald Anderson. Thank you so much. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we can talk about anything, as always, in the house. If you have any questions, please ask. And we're at 52-minute mark now, almost an hour. So please smash that like button and share the video. Tell family and friends to come over here to the SSN Nation because there's no charges here. We don't have any courses down below. We don't have anything that you need to pay for. This is the no guru zone. So if you have questions, ask them. And if you see this video after this live stream, which the chat keeps rolling, then down in the comments, ask the questions or send me an email at eric@stopstrugglingnow.com. Either way, answers are going to be done, and we don't have mentorship, or I don't. There's none of that either. I'll just answer your stuff for free right now. I have time on my hands, tick, 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 tick. No problem. Okay. Receive photos of construction progress for Galaxy looking very sweet. Just FYI, the government is still not allowing builders to have 100% of workers. That may delay your place. Yeah. Speaking of that, Victor Morero, I know. It's funny. Remember, I showed my contract for Simon's Residences, and that's one of the things that I was talking with Johan about just yesterday morning, because they have an end date of October 2022. So I told him, I said, hey, man, I know it's not going to be done by October 2022. Just tell them to give me add on another 3 or 4 payments. I said, add on another 3 or 4 payments, adjust my monthly payment, and let's call it a day. He goes, I don't know if they're going to go for that. I said, I know I don't know if they're going to go for it, but I'm asking because I know it's not going to be done. It's going to be delayed. So I'm going to have it paid off by November of 2022, and then it's probably going to be delayed for another 6-7 months. I already know what's going to happen. So, but they don't want to sign those agreements, but we know it's because of paper. They're using them as derivatives. I know what they're doing. All right. We can't talk about that. What do you think about Safe Moon? Terry Polk, welcome to the Friday Night Live Stream. I have no opinion on Safe Moon. I haven't really looked at it, but I'll tell you what, the Safe Moon price, when I did look at it, had dropped. It almost was like a pump and dump. Let's go see what happened. I haven't checked it out. I should have went to CoinDex. Hold on. Let's see what happens if we can get this up. Yeah, that's not good. It didn't like that at all. I think I'm frozen. Yeah, I think I'm frozen a little bit on this. They didn't like that at all. Hold on a second. Yeah, it didn't like that little Safe Moon situation. Here we go. Safe Moon's not on. Is Safe Moon on Coinbase? It's not on Coinbase. Oh, they're not supported. Okay. I was getting ready to say, I know you can't make trades on it. All right. Let's see what's been happening. Let's go back a week. Yeah, see, last week was all the rage, right? Just even 2 days ago, even though I don't know what the number is. But in the last week, it's went up 316 and then it dropped back down. But who's to say, man? I don't know anything about Safe Moon. All I know is it was talk. I don't even know what Safe Moon does. So maybe I'll be able to find out. Maybe somebody will be able to tell me, because if it doesn't have any utility, then it's not going to matter. It's going to be like Doggy Coin. Yes, I call it Doggy Coin still because there's a dog mascot. I'm trying to look. There's no, oh, it's a protocol. Okay, here we go. Let's find out, because this is not, I never really looked at it, but since we do Friday Night Lives, we talk about anything. Safe Moon Protocol is a decentralized finance DeFi token. It's a token. That means it can be printed up. According to Safe Moon, has 3 functions that take place during each trade: reflection, LP acquisition, and burn. Burn is good. It's a protocol, is a combination of RFI tokenomics, auto liquidity generating protocol. According to articles, SafeMove plans to develop a non-fungible token exchange, as well as charity projects and crypto educational apps. Launch March 8th. Well, I can't say anything bad about it, quite frankly. And at, what is that? Was that 1,000,000 to 1 we were talking about on Wednesday? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, this has moved up. Wasn't there 6 zeros there before? Yes, there was. There was 6 zeros here before. Now there's only 5. Wow, people are making money then, because every 1,000 uptick, or that in that case it went from 1,000,000. Now it's only 600,000. Yeah, that's 100,000 marks now. That was 1,000,000 just 2 days ago, as I recall. All right, well, I can't say anything bad about it. There's talking a good game. NFTs is a good game. NFT marketplace is a good game. A DeFi token is a good game. Acquisition and burn, that's what you would want. So I can't say anything bad about it. And it's in the DeFi space. So yeah, again, you guys, I always say put in the $10 or $20 on it. Now the question is, where can you buy it from? That's the question, and Wilson Koo probably knows. Let me know where you can buy it from, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, Terry Polk, I knew what you were talking about. I knew it. Keyword right now. Exactly. Exactly. I need to get to Punta Cana quick, fast, and in a hurry. Hey, Melanie Benita, there's always another opportunity. In fact, I think that Cana Rock is still an opportunity. I think Vista Cana is still an opportunity. But the problem that you're going to run into is, how much do you want to spend? That's what your problem ultimately is going to be, because the longer you can delay it, the better, in my opinion. But the thing is, you're not, all the places aren't doing like right now, 20 months to 24-month payments. That's generally what's going to happen. Somewhere around 20 to 26, 27 payments. That's where the problem's going to come in, because as each month goes by, you're going to be into like an 18-month, 17-month, 16-month to pay 20%. Now, when 20% is like 80 grand, is only 16 grand, and we're talking 17 months, then you know your payment's around $975 a month. But if you're talking about 110 grand, and you know that 20% is like $22,000 that you're going to have to pay, now your payment's going to be like $1,500 a month in a like a 1.5 year period, which is going to be 17, 18 payments. So that's the only drawback, unless a new project comes and they're going to do 2 years out, which right now, 2023, there's only a few. There's like the beach that's claiming 2023. I'll put it that way. I think all projects are going to be 2023. I don't think any project's going to be 2022 that just opened up in the last 6 months. okay, or last 3 months. Like in the case of Simon Residences, they can tell me 2022 in November all they want to, but I have a feeling it'll be sometime in 2023. And any new project, they can talk 2022, but I guarantee you I think it's 2023 because Victor Marrero already said it. There's a delay. So a construction delay means lower monthly payments for those buying now. Yeah, exactly. But here's the problem. I had this same conversation because they're not moving off of their November 2022. So that's why I was asking them for extra payments so it would lower my payments. But they won't sign the contract for 2023. They're like, oh no. I'm like, no, it's you're not going to be able to do it because what they don't know is, like Victor Marrero said, they don't know. They can't build out. They can't even do 100% of build out. So I know that. They know that, but they don't want to sign the contract to reflect that. They're still going, no, we're going to be done in 2022. So we're going to find out though, because I actually asked, but I'm going to find out next week. But I have a feeling they're not going to do it because I asked Johan. I said, yeah, man, what's going on with this? He goes, yeah, there's been a few people that have asked that, but they have never budged. No project that he's done contracts for have they ever budged to move the date back for the payment plan, for the down payment. So I don't know. Maybe somebody will, but eventually. But right now, nobody's budging on the payments. I don't know if Conarock did that, though. Maybe Conarock did. I don't know. So buy from trust. Terry Polk. You could do that, too. Yeah, trust is a whole nother animal. And you should probably talk to your lawyer and tax guys together so they can structure any assets you have coming in and then run it through your trust, because there's funky scenarios with trust. So just be careful about that. You should consider getting a Discord if you don't have one. Charlene, welcome. Once again, I'm glad you're here. Yeah, there is a Stop Struggling Now Discord. I just never it's activated, so I guess people can go sign up, but I never have used it, so to speak, because now you guys are tying me into too much time for non-money making activities. All right. So we'll see what happens. No, there is a Stop Struggling Now Discord. Haven't been able to do anything with that. Leah Dennis, you're not late. I'm getting on late, but can anyone recall someone, men, pre-construction condos in Miami, please? Yes, that would be Nativo Miami. Send me an email. I'll get you in touch with Sophia. She's the actual sales executive for the Nativo Miami. She'll treat you nice. Just let her know I sent you. But Nativo Miami, in fact, why don't we just go to the screen? All right. This is starting at $350,000 for a studio. All right. But this joint right here, this is like one of my favorite places. I got to admit. I mean, if I just still couldn't figure pulling the trigger for that yet, because I can get so much stuff over in Punta Cana that is kind of ridiculous. I'm fumbling about some papers, so forgive me. I'm looking for the prices so I can be accurate about the prices there, but I don't have the prices with me anymore. But I do know the studio unit was $350,000. The beauty about Nativo Miami is why it would be my number one choice, is because it's downtown. That's why. It's downtown. And downtown, you can generally, before they built all these, like right now, you can get almost $500 a night. $450, $475 for a studio that sleeps 4, because there's a sofa sleeper in there too. The 1 bedroom, you could probably still get $500-$600 a night, depending on what night it is. The 1 bedroom is like $100,000 more. So you're talking about $450, $480, $490. Things jump when you go to the 2 bedroom. They want $790, $820, $840. It depends on what floor you're on. And in the 3 bedroom, those were $850, $950, $1 million if you got the penthouse. Now, they're 100 yards away from American Airlines Arena. Right in the back door, behind the building, across the street, is the train and the monorail station. In fact, it's probably going to be called Nativo Station because it drops right there. Then Bayfront Park is literally 50 yards away to the right. And it's on the same Northeast 6th, Northeast 6th Street that runs out to where the cruise ships go. So you take 6th Street and it runs directly to the cruise ships so people can get on their cruise ships. That's the first for starters. The second part to this equation is this is designed for short-term rentals. So they have floors that are dedicated to certain things. On the 8th floor, they have co-working office spaces. So now you can stay in your building. They have the Wi-Fi. They have the Ethernet. You can go into these co-working spaces because you're an owner in the building. It's open to every owner, and have your little meetings there. They have meeting rooms on the 8th floor as well. All right. So that is some of the things that make this a very unique place. They have, I'll even show if I can get to it. This is like a movie room, which is on the pool level. So this is 10th floor. So you can see the pool over here on the right-hand side. There's a drop-down screen, drop-down, a movie projector, and it's open. But yeah, you can watch things in this room here, but they actually have rooms on the 3rd floor that's designed similar to this, and they have bars on, the 3rd floor, the 8th floor. The 8th floor where the offices are, they also have a bar, lounge area, and everything on that floor. So this place is awesome. That's why this is like #1 choice right now. Furnished, Miami's first wellness building license for short-term rentals. This is all about the design. On the 9th floor, they have the fitness center. The fitness center also has the boxing ring in it. It has the lockers. It has everything in there. So once again, this is awesome place that I'm trying to find the 8th, 9th, and 10th floor. Here we are right here. Now I can show you guys some of the things. 8th floor. See this? Co-working spaces, private offices, flexible office arrangements, video capable conference rooms, quiet rooms, phone booths. That's right. You know, you're on your cell phone and there's a crowd of people. Well, they have these booths that close so you drown out the noise. You block the noise. It's cutting edge technology, office host, coffee and juice bar, amphitheater, meeting and presentation room. All of that is included. And by the way, a $350,000 studio, HOAs are $337 a month. That's it. So you get all of this stuff, plus you get one spot for valet parking. So you can't park yourself. You have to give it to valet. I don't know about you, but in most major cities, valets are $20 or more per night. So the valet by itself should cost damn near 20 times 30. So I'm just saying it should cost $600 a night just for you to park your car. Because if you lived in San Francisco, it's going to cost you $1,000 a month. I mean, that's just the way it is. So here's the 9th floor. And so I was wrong about the pool. I thought it was on the 10th. So the 9th floor has the pool, has the cabanas, has the sun deck, has the poolside service, the beverage service, cabana bar, pool towel services. Okay, this is what it looks like. So it's the 9th floor that had the pool and this room here that I was talking about. I thought it was the 10th. Now, specialty restaurant and bar also on the floor, dining terrace, cafe and cocktail, media lounge, which is what this is. Live show and events lounge. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. They're planning on having like DJs and live bands up here. The porch, they have a speakeasy, which mimics the 1920s speakeasies, where there's a bar in there. There they are, DJ and live performances. I told you, it's off the charts. And then the 10th floor actually has the fitness center, so I had it reversed. So look again, another juice bar, yoga, Pilates, boxing rings, Peloton, weight station. This place is off the charts for rentals. It has all the amenities all here. But again, the price, $350,000 for the studio that sleeps 2. And then prices start rising if you want a 1-bedroom. But 20% down, no qualifying with credit. You make your monthly payments. They have different programs. Well, here's the program that the property wants. You put 20% down. 6 months later, they want you to put down another 20%. Okay. And then December 2022, they want you to put down another 10%. So you're at 50%. All right. And that's what they want. So now all you have to figure out is, how are you going to get 50% to them by 2022? I'm pretty sure if you wrote in your contract and said, well, I want to make monthly payments, or I want to pay every 3 months, or whatever the case may be, as long as you get that 10% or 20% down and get that other 30% paid, or until from now until December 2022, I'm pretty sure they'll write that contract. So you make your contract, because why do they care about getting their money 6 months or another year and a half later? They're not. But as long as you get them their money, that other 30% by December 2022, no qualifying, no credit checks, no nothing, you're in. All right. So that is the Miami property, and there's more, but I'm just going to leave that part right there. That's all we're going to talk about on that. All right. So hopefully you guys heard me talk about that. So that's the one. All right. Let's see what we got here. I lost it. Let's see. The Discord. Oh, that was the Miami that she was talking about. That's the one. And there's other properties downtown too. But quite frankly, this is right. The Freedom Tower from Miami-Dade Community College is also right in front of Nativo, Miami. So if anybody knows where that is, that's where the marking is for Nativo, Miami. All right. There's other ones too, Paramount. There's other ones popping up, but this is the only one that has these amenities specifically for business people. That's downtown Miami. So now you live there. Well, I don't know if you're going to live there, but your guests are staying there, and now they're sitting there going, hey, we don't have to have a meeting. You can come to my place. I got an office booked over here. I got a meeting room, an amphitheater booked over here already. So we don't need to go try to find some space around here, offices or whatever. Come over to the joint. So that's how sweet this is. Hey, Eric, if Melanie gets Punta Cana property, it will be a wrap, but that's okay. Second place is still open. That's right. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Because at this point, that is what's happening. We're all vying for the second place, because you're right. The wrap is going to get for real, because that 20, she's going to be at 24. And then now she's going to be able to make that extra content for Punta Cana, and might even be able to write a book about Punta Cana. So now she could actually add like another 3 streams just because she's over in the Dominican Republic. That'd be crazy. Yeah, that's funny, man. It's all about second place now. Gino Shimiente, welcome to the Friday night live stream. Glad to see you here. How are you doing, Eric? Doing great, man. Another week, another dollar. That's how we do it. I love that movie room. Yeah, exactly. Tell me about it. That place is off the charts. It's perfect for people who are on the go, for business people, entrepreneurs. And of course, they have a 3-bedroom that's, like I said, 900,000. Penthouses are 1. All the 3-bedroom units are on the water side, by the way. In the front of the building, all those are 3 bedrooms. You cannot have a studio. You cannot have a 1-bedroom. You cannot have a 2-bedroom. That's why they're the priciest. They have 2 balconies, and they overlook the water, and overlook American Airlines Arena, and overlooks the marina, overlooks the Carnival Cruise Lines or whoever else is in port, overlooks Bayfront Park. They get the whole view. So that's why they cost the most. And by the way, the 3 bedrooms at Nativo, they're lock-offs. So you can make it a studio, or you can make it a 2-bedroom, or you can make it a 3-bedroom. So now you have 3 different ways you can rent. And when you break up a room, oftentimes you can rent for more. So I can rent a 2-bedroom, let's say. I can rent, let's say I can rent a 3-bedroom for $1,000 a night. But I can rent a 2-bedroom for $700, and I can rent a studio for $500. So between the two, I can actually separately make $1,200 a night. But either way, that's why the 3-bedroom is that one is that's the one if you could afford it. But like I said, you're going to be around $1 million after it's all said and done, which is a good deal in my opinion. But $200,000 down, another $200,000 in 6 months. and December 2022 delivery and remaining balance due. So that's the bottom line to this story. Not bad. Top 1%ers. All right. I'm about to form my holding company for my trucking and trucking brokerage. Exactly, Ronald Anderson. That's how you do it. That's how you can do it. I like to hear that. That's the way to go. That social area and amenities are sick. That's a 1K per night during concerts and special events. Exactly. That's what I'm saying. You know what the numbers are. That's the whole problem that I'm having, Victor Marrero. Ladies and gentlemen, this is all part of real estate investing. Because if you're not going to live there, then you have to think about exactly what he's talking about. That is 1K per night. He's right. But the thing is, there's so many units in there, and there's other like Paramounts behind or something, and then they're going to have the new Legacy. That's also 2 blocks back behind. They have a bunch of stuff going on in there, and he's probably still right. We could probably still get $1,000 per night. I'm pretty sure he's talking about the studio unit as well. If you got a bigger unit, I think you're approaching Margaritaville type numbers, where if there's a special event, 1,500, 1,600 for a 2-bedroom probably be no problem. And there's a bunch, because you got to remember, Miami Heat have 40 games a year. So, and the Miami Marlins, which, well, nobody really goes to, but if the Miami Marlins ever got good, then people would stay downtown, and you would even have more. And then, of course, you have the Ultra Music Fest. You have the cooking stuff that goes on. You have people that stay there for the yachts and the boat races, the all kind of stuff in downtown, concerts. You got a bunch of reasons for people to be in downtown and business, but for all the special events, he's right. Because now all you got to do is walk outside your door, and you're either at Bayfront Park or American Airlines Arena in less than 2 minutes. Literally, less than 2 minutes. Either way. And if you need somebody to come to you, you just tell them to get on the Brightline train, or you tell them to get on the monorail, and the station is right behind the building. Drop off. So if you want to go somewhere, you say, hey, I'm going to go to Fort Lauderdale. Take the Brightline train. It'll take you up to Fort Lauderdale. So you're there too, without having to get a rent-a-car, even though rent-a-cars are cheap, but still. I'm just saying, people can get to you. You can leave. You don't even need anybody to help you. That's why this is significant. So if you start doing a real estate numbers, and we can get if he's probably right, you can probably get, because normal renting is $400 or $500. So when there's special events, you can get a double that. So if you can get $1,000 per night, and you can do that 30 times, okay, that's only 30 nights. If you can get 30 nights at $1,000 per night, which is very conservative, you have to understand that's $30,000 already, and you only bought the thing for $350. You almost got 10% ROI when you start really doing the numbers. So that's pretty good. Now, keep in mind, you're going to owe $3,600 a year. Yeah, it's going to be almost $4,000 a year for HOAs. So, but you can figure that out. So let's just call it, we'll put that in there. So we got 26K. I'm still happy with that. For 30 rentals, we got 26K. I'll take that. Less 3%, let's say. I'll take that still. So we're down to 24K for 30 rentals. We still got another 330 nights. So if we can do even, let's say let's go another 30 nights, right? So we'll go 2 months. So another 30 nights, and we can rent it $500 per night for another 30 nights. That's 15K. So we're up to 40K without even sweating in reality. So now, after we had this little talk tonight, the studio unit, any unit in that building now makes sense. Because we can already be at 40K with 60 nights, and we still got 200 nights left. All right. And the occupancy, by the way, from the Star report, from the CoStar report, is 76% in downtown Miami. So hopefully now that changes my whole perspective, because if now we have more units there, So that means we may not be able to have 76% occupancy in downtown Miami because now we have a flood of units. So let's just say we drop down, I'll go conservative, 50%. All right? That's 50%. So if we can do 100, we'll do even better than that. We'll go 150 room nights. Okay? 150 room nights with an average of 500. We'll call it an average of $600 a night. All right? So why don't we do this? You know how we do this. This is Real Estate Investing 101. Victor Marrero may chime in because he knows where I'm going with all this, or somebody else may chime in. I'm trying to pull up my, hold on. I'm trying to pull up the calculator. Hold on. It's not popping up. So I was going to run some numbers. We're going to run 150. Okay? We'll make this easy. 150 room nights, and I'll make it easy. Times 600. That's 90 G's, ladies and gentlemen. Okay. Victor Marrero. You just made this something that makes it very interesting. It's worth the stretch. So it looks like you can buy a 1-bedroom. In fact, this makes perfect. You can buy up to a 2-bedroom and you're going to be good here. Even if you buy a studio, you're going to be good. Because if we can get $90,000, and that's conservative. What I did was I did 50%. So I did 150 units. We have 365 days a year. So I only did 150. That's less than 50%. I used $600. So that would include any special events, plus the normal price that I would probably rent the place for is $400, $399, let's say. So I'm going to go an average of $600 for the 150 nights. That gives us $90,000. $350,000 property. What do we have going on here? Right? We got, what is that percentage? I should have left my calculator up. But what is that? That's 30%? Damn near. It's like 25% ROI. So that is a number that's unheard of. I'll take that number all day, every day. 25% on my money all day. That doesn't include anything else. So if we're able to do more than that, then this is like a gold mine. And at less than 50% occupancy, that's even crazier. All right. So to put those conservative numbers down, you can get a 1-bedroom now for $450, $480, $90 is still 20% ROI. Let me know if I'm wrong, Victor Marrero. I don't think I'm wrong about that. We're still going to be at like a 20% ROI on a 1-bedroom. And a 1-bedroom, I'll still keep it to $600 average price. So we're still winning $90,000 a year profit on a $450,000 1-bedroom condo, or $480. It doesn't really matter. It could be $500, but they're not $500. They're in the $4s. So I can go up to $500,000, get a top unit, right? And we're under 20% at the 500, but we're still at a nice 16 or 17 percentile. So we're still good. All right. I'll take that all day, every day. So now we really got to look at it a little more now, don't we? You can get at least 3 Punta Cana Airbnb properties. Hey, that's exactly the problem right there. But Punta Cana is a little different because the situation is the events aren't the same type of events in Miami. So in Punta Cana, they have the Hard Rock, they have special events, yes. But you have to have people flying there and things like that. And you're exactly right. That was my problem initially because, like right now, I have 2 units and both the units combined are only $200,000. So in order to get to 350, yes, I could get another almost 2 units to get to 350. Because at the golf course, the 1-bedroom at the golf course, I wish I could pull that trigger. The 1-bedroom at the golf course is only $80,000. So there would be 280, and that would be 3 units. 1 bedroom with the terrace on it, with the golf course view. So that would be 3 units for 300. So is that right? No, 380 actually. That's 280 actually. So we're still not there. So it's only 280 if I would have pulled that trigger. And then that downtown Central Park, which I did not do because he gave me the wrong unit, but that would have only been 63 grand. So yeah, we could have had 363. We could have had 4 units in Punta Cana, which again, it's kind of hard to say what would happen because none of those units can I charge $1,000 a night for. So that's the little difference, because I might only be able to charge combined, 150, 100, 200, you never know. But combined, I might only be able to get 500 a night. So that's the differences. But in downtown Miami, we can get more money for the same cost. So I can get 90,000 from downtown Miami without breaking a sweat. And we can escalate from there, because the way the numbers are looking to me, it looks like if things went really good and you didn't do like a 40% occupancy and you truly had like a 60% occupancy, woo, that would be awesome. That would be 180 room nights, 190 room nights. You're getting up there. 190 times 600. That's that makes the value insane. 190 times 600. That's 114,000. So on a $400,000 property, you're getting 30% ROI. That's unheard of in real estate. Easily 30%. So that means those properties are worth a lot more money. Okay? So for instance, 10 years, I'll put it this way, 5 years from now, if those properties are able to generate 60% rentals, occupancy rate, that 114 means that studio unit's going to be worth $1 million. That means the 3-bedroom lock-off upstairs is going to be worth like $3 or $4 million. And the 1-bedroom will probably be like 1.3, 1.5 million, because now we have revenues, $114,000 a year. And everybody knows I do 10 times the number. So that's why I came up with the 1 million, because that's going to be my profit. So I don't see a problem, quite frankly. So these things are undervalued right now. As far as I'm concerned, actually way undervalued. 7 streams of dreams of income. Welcome to the Friday night live stream. Thank you so much for being here. Let's go. Thanks, Eric B. Hopefully, Alex, for you, Dennis. All right. Wilson Koo, we need to scramble her phone signals. That's right. That's funny. You got that right. Exactly. We got to. And her laptop signal. Good evening, everyone. Diesel Mike's in the house. Welcome to the Friday Night Live. Diesel Mike with the icon next to your name. Thank you so much for being here. Gino Shimiente. I just added 2 more streams of income this week. Gino Shimiente. Finally, we might be catching her. Between you, me, and Victor Marrero, we might be able to catch her now. But it takes 3 of us. Wait a minute. Maybe we can all write a book. We got to write books. Let me get your stories. All right. Carly Lewis, welcome to the Friday Night Live stream. I made it. Good evening, all. Welcome, my man. Thank you so much for being here. Speaking of movie room, what would you say are some good entrepreneur business movies? Wall Street. That's the ones. Wall Street 1 and Wall Street 2. Money Never Sleeps, for starters. Number 3, which is not even considered a business movie, Rounders, which has to do with poker. But see, poker, what people don't understand is poker is based on money management. So if you have a bankroll of, let's say, $100,000, you can't go to the table with your full bankroll because you can't win all the time. Just like anything that you invest in, you can't win all the time. So you can only take like 10%, 5% of your bankroll, and that determines what games of poker that you will be able to play. because you should only be like with $5,000 maximum on you. The other 95,000 stays in a vault somewhere that you cannot access. So if you lose that $5,000, you still have a bankroll. So you can't go tap in because you're, melting down because you're losing. So that's how people stay playing poker longer again. And those same rules apply when you're investing. You have to deploy your money based on money management. You don't go, hey, you know what? I can afford it. I'll just do it. You have to figure out if it's worthwhile. Do your due diligence. Kind of what we did right now with the downtown real estate thing. So that's why I say Rounders is another good movie, because he talks about poker. It's a good storyline. They talk about how much money people owe. It's a very interesting thing. And that's basically what business is. You always have to know what your profit and loss statements are. People don't like to talk about the loss part. They'll say, oh, I made $1 million this year. And then they're like, well, okay, that's cool. But what was the profit? What was left over after expenses? Oh, well, it was about, I'm like, what do you mean about? No, you should know what that number is, right? So oftentimes a person will say $1 million a year, but my profit's $100,000. So that's the kind of things you got to look at. So just like an investor. So again, I'm sorry, I don't really have any business movies. Maybe somebody will chime in and talk about business movies, but those are the three I would say. But again, I'm not really a big movie buff, but that's how it is. Because one of the things that you guys might have noticed, I really don't record things so much. I like talking live in the moment, so to speak. So the same thing goes with movies. Again, I watch movies every now and then, but it's more for entertainment purposes. I don't really sit there and watch too much movie stuff, because 9 times out of 10, that's creative licenses. But sometimes, you sit there and gives you ideas. And that's what I kind of don't want. I don't want to go after certain things that I've seen, because then that may change my mindset. So when I'm trying to do SSN lifestyle, I'm creating something that nobody else has. At least I'm trying. And so therefore, there's no frame of reference. So I don't go, somebody else did it that way, and then I try to mimic that. So I'm just trying to create my own lane, so to speak. And so that's why it's something different that nobody else can duplicate either, because it doesn't exist. So those are the kind of things. So, but anyhow, maybe somebody else will chime in about a good business movie. Bought more Ethereum. Curtis Davis is in the house. Mr. Financial is here. Thank you so much for being here. And of course, he's got the icon next to his name. So thank you for that, Curtis Davis. And yes, bought more Ethereum. I bought more Ethereum as well. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. Anybody under the community tab know I bought Ethereum. Was it yesterday or the day before? Can't remember. But anyhow, of course, we got to stay diligent on this crypto, ladies and gentlemen. This is the future. It's the people's money. You can borrow against crypto. So that means you should be investing in crypto. Now, about that safe moon. Does anybody know where we can get this? I know last time people said, Wilson Koo said, you can go get it at some place, but I think it was on the Canadian exchange or something. I can't really remember. That's a great idea, Eric. Yes, write a book about why Punta Cana is a great place to vacation. Have a link to my Airbnb in the back of my book. Oh my God. Another stream of income, another book, and tying it into her stream of income. Jeez. Yeah, that is a good idea, by the way. That is pretty good. Victor Marrero, you have to be careful lowering your nightly rate too much, or you will get unwanted folks. The lowest I would go in my Margaritaville place around $275, but only during low season. Yeah, exactly. It is always, that's a good point. It's always based on the prevailing rental rates in the area. So that's a very good point. But yeah, I don't think $399 would be too low in downtown Miami. But of course I can say that. But you know as good as I do, and Victor Marrero and everybody else who's in real estate, if I see everybody has their rates at $550, you best believe I'm not going to be at $399. I'm going to be like at $550 as well, $525 maybe or whatever. But it's not going to be a huge difference, $10 or $15 difference. That's it. But we're not going to the race to the bottom. I'm not going to be at $399 while everybody else is at $550. I want some of that $550 money. And so when there's special events and people are renting their studio units for $1,100, you best believe I'm gonna be at $1,100 as well. So that's exactly right. It's what the market bears, really. But we don't know what downtown Miami really bears because I've never looked. I should have remembered because my friend stayed at the International or Intercontinental. I can't remember. Anyhow, right by the park, Bayfront Park, during Ultra Music Fest. And I think his hotel room was something stupid. I can't remember. It was so off the charts. I think it was $1,500 a night. It was crazy, but it was right across the street from the Ultra Music Festival, so maybe that's why. And that was just 2 years ago? No, 3 years ago, something like that. So yeah, it can get pricey. So that's why I'm saying that was a hotel unit. So I can only imagine these guys are going to be right there. So a studio means it's probably going to be $1,100, $1,200, $1,300 as well. For Ultra Music Fest was, I'm trying to think, was that 2 weekends or one? I think it's one. Yeah, I think it was one. I think it was 3 days or something like that. So, but yeah, people are crazy for that too. But that's just one of the events. The Miami Heat play 40 times downtown. This week is a big tug of war on trading on stocks, if you know what I mean, even with Bitcoin. Exactly. I like this little volatility. It's beautiful. You know, the manipulation of the market is always a good thing. I like that. I bought some more, but a little bit of stuff here and there. It wasn't anything major. I bought some, just so everybody knows, since you're not a member of don't have that icon next to your name, you can't look at what I bought on the community tab. That's one of the little perks. So I bought some gambling stocks, DraftKings, Gamble, GMBL, because it's esports. And I bought Skills because they're ridiculously low, for instance. And of course, I bought some more Bitcoin. I bought some more Ethereum. Simple, because the price dropped. So I took that drop. So now it went up like 20. Ethereum went up 20% since I bought it, even after the pullback today. So we're still doing good. So, and Bitcoin is about where it is at 50K. That's where I'm 51, 52, whatever, but 50K. So that's kind of even. But my dollar cost average is below all of this. So just to give you an idea, my Bitcoin dollar cost average is 26K because I've been buying at the 40 level and 45 level. So it moved way up, but it was way below that before I started acting. Well, I had no choice. Buying some more is fine. I'm earning interest on it on Celsius Network. I'm earning interest on Nexo because originally I put everything in Nexo. Not everything, but a lot of crypto on Nexo. So I'm earning interest there daily, and I'm earning interest of Bitcoin, Ethereum, Compound on Celsius Network. And by the way, there's a link down below for Celsius Network. If you put $400 or more onto their platform, you get $40 of free BTC. All right, not to mention the $10 of free Bitcoin from Coinbase. You'll see it all down below in the description. Hey, fam, Brooklyn Dad, we see you. I bought more Robo stock. Right on, man. I don't blame you. Good idea, quite frankly. Thank you for that. I appreciate it. Gino, today and Tuesday was good stock days. Wednesday was decent trading options in morning. That's true. There's always opportunity, ladies and gentlemen. Just keep that in mind when it comes to investments. When one thing looks like it's bad, there's always a flip side that you can turn that bad into good. So don't always think. So you have choices such as when things go bad, you go buy more. Then all of a sudden when it rises, your dollar cost average may be lower. So then now when it rises 10%, you're back in the profits versus being down 20%. Now you're back at 10 just because it moved up 10. You know what I'm saying? So it makes it a little easier that way. Then like Curtis Davis, Mr. Financial, saying he opted to do options. So in options, you're able to do some other things too when the stock market is acting funny. So these are all the things you have at your disposal. And now you have crypto. So now you can make investments into crypto. So you have all these vehicles that you can deploy your money to instead of letting it sit in a duffel bag. Wilson Koo, you're hilarious. Exactly. The founder, Mickey D's, maybe the Boiler Room. There you go. There you go. The Boiler Room one is good as well, where they're calling people. That's pretty good. the founder, that Mickey D's, yeah, that's when they're doing the franchising. The Founder was a good business movie. There we go. Diesel Mike mentions it as well. So there you go, The Founder. I got more Coinbase coin. Yep, me too. Oh, man, I didn't get Coinbase. I meant to get Coinbase today. I was getting ready to say I did. I dollar cost average down, but I'm still in the threes, and it was under 300 yesterday and today, and I forgot to get some. Damn. Thank you so much for mentioning that, Gino Shimiente, because now it's right where it should be. Sometime business, 1 million revenue, but 10% profit. Exactly, Curtis Davis. That's what happens. That's exactly what happens. And speaking of that day trader thing, I ask him, I'm always like, what's your P&Ls? I don't really care what you tell me. Let me see your P&Ls, what you filed taxes on. Curtis Davis, I bought more ETH on Celsius tonight. Oh my, Tanisha Lyles, welcome to the Celsius Network. She's now a Celsian. She gets to earn, what is it, 6.2 or is it 5.5? I can't remember what it is right now for your Bitcoin. 5, I think it's 5. 5% Bitcoin on Celsius Network. Interest every night you're earning interest. So it goes Friday to Friday, you earn interest. And then on Monday, they dump the Bitcoin interest into your account. Great move, Tanisha Lyles. I really love Celsius. I got to admit, I like what they're doing. I like the CEO, what he's talking about. Mashinsky, I like his style. He's just basically saying it like we've always said it here. The banks aren't your friends. They take your money, use your money, and give you nothing. That is their playbook. Then they go, we'll loan you money, but we're going to loan you for a house 3%, 3.5, 3.9 and up. We'll give you a credit card, but we want to charge you 17%, 18, 20, 22%. We'll give you a car loan, but we're going to try and charge you 3, 4%. Hey, wait, don't you have my money? They have all our money. Then they go put that money in the stock markets. Then they talk about, oh, we got $13 billion in profits this year. We're going to pay our CEO $30 million. But the people whose money we're using, we're giving them nothing. Celsius says, bring us the money. We're going to give you interest daily. Some of you could earn 17% interest on certain coins at Celsius Network. I am earning 13.99% on volatile stocks such as, crypto, SNX with the synthetic network. It jumps between $16 to $23. I hate when it does that. And it dropped down under, it's like 17 right now. And then the other one is, I can't remember what it is. Synthetic, and there's another one. Maybe I'll remember what it is. But anyhow, there's a 10.5% on stable coins. UC, DC, even Tether's on there again. There's other coins like DAI, Gemini, 10.5% interest annually, ladies and gentlemen. Celsius Network for holding your money over there. That you're holding your crypto. You don't have to take it out. And they're the home of the 1% loan. When you borrow 25% of your crypto or less, you get a 1% loan that you can pay out in 36 months. And get this, it's an interest-only loan. You pay the balloon at the last payment. Can you believe that? You're paying interest only for however many months you choose, because you can pick 12, 24, or 36. Is that awesome or what? And it's a non-taxable event because you did not withdraw the money. So you don't have to pay tax either. So now you have your own private bank. The government can't stop you. Nobody can stop you. You can borrow against yourself. In case you missed those No Barriers to Entry series that I just did, 4 videos, No Barriers to Entry. That's another no barrier to entry. You can borrow, you can get loans against your own assets. Nobody can deny you. You have the money in your account, 15 minutes. All right? They're getting a lot more people signing up, just like Tanisha Lyles sent her ETH to Celsius. Guess what? There's another thousands more that have signed up with Celsius Network as well. All right? So you guys got to realize what's happening here. Transfer of wealth is happening right before your very eyes. This is why the government gives out FUD on crypto. Wolf of Wall Street, that is another movie. That's true. That's another one. I never watch movies. I only learn to invest my money. Exactly. That's kind of how I am. I watch movies every now and then, but it's like I'll probably go see like 5 or 6 movies a year, maybe. That's the maximum. Bubbles burst. The question is, do you want to be picking up nickels in front of a steamroller, or do you want to invest? Yep, that's very true. That's very true. It all depends. Everybody has their own investment style. Gino Chimiente, he's been doing this a while. He has a definite investment style. He's been dropping gems all the time. And he has a very good point, because sometimes I'm picking up nickels instead of the dollars. But I have my own investment style as well, because when stocks go down, if I'm bullish on them, I got to say it's got to be something I'm bullish on. Like I'm bullish on EV. Right? Electric vehicles, artificial intelligence, and all that. So companies like C3, which is artificial intelligence, it's down half price from its IPO. I buy more. All right. Anything in EV, they're now down half of what they were in February. I buy a little more. So even though my dollar cost average is coming up, unfortunately, because I bought everything at so cheap in single digits, that anything I buy now is actually raising my dollar cost, but that's the only way I'm going to get more of it. So that's what I do. I buy a little bit more. And sure enough, we have a little pop. Next thing I know, I open my account and I'm like, wait, what's this? Another 5-10% today? This is cool. But who knows? Next week, it could be down another 5-10%. But everything's so volatile. I realize there aren't that many movies that display the secrets of creative business, but that's a great logic of how poker teaches money management. Carly Lewis, that's it exactly, man. That's how you got to look at it, because that's what business really is. Tanisha, yes, buy dips on ETH because used by many tech, Square, Microsoft, other big names. Exactly. Fintech companies run on ERC20 on Ethereum network. Agree. The market closed on fire today. Those index funds are kicking. Stay on it. Yeah, exactly. Index funds are always going to be kicking when the markets are good. And they manipulate the Dow Jones, all the indexes, NASDAQ, Standard & Poor's, and Dow Jones. They take away companies that aren't performing, and they add the new up and comers, and so therefore the index funds generally buy into those top companies, and they keep rising. So people are saying, well, how do these guys keep making like on average 9% per year? And they're like, because they have all the companies that are basically the best upwardly mobile companies on the air exchanges. Just like they took out GE, who's been on there for like 100 years. But because they were faltering, they were like, whoa, you're weighing us down here. We got to take you out. Just like they added Tesla to NASDAQ, because Tesla was up and coming in the last 5-10 years. So they were like, okay, so they add them. So then they took off someone else, and so they're adding them guys. And so, of course, the NASDAQ goes up to all-time record highs, right? They added somebody else besides Tesla, too. And same thing with the Dow Jones, same thing with Standard & Poor's. Of course, when you're moving the weak links and adding the up-and-comers, and that's what the index funds are investing in. So you can't blame them. They're giving returns of 12 to 20% over the last 5 years. There's a reason, and it could keep going because the feds keep saying they're not going to raise any interest rates until 2023. So now all the feds have to do is say, or the government, all they have to start doing is more stimulus money, or heaven forbid if they said something like tax cut, because the usually I wouldn't recommend this, but if they do something crazy like like the GOP always does, things would get out of control. Talk about you won't be able to afford anything. You won't be able to afford anything unless you got these streams of income coming in, because you're going to be way left behind. Because only the rich could be buying this stuff once the inflation kicks up, and inflation is kicking up. I feel like 50K number, the potential value coming. Curtis Davis, I totally agree with you. I totally agree with that. That's why I have to buy more. That's why I keep buying more BTC, and that's why I have it over sitting at Celsius Network, and I do have some sitting at Nexo too. But that's why I don't mind earning interest in BTC. I'm like, bring it on. I'm not going to earn interest in Cell, and I'm not going to earn interest in Nexo tokens. Like, you get a higher interest rate, but I'm like, nah, just give me it back in BTC. Give me it back in Ethereum. I'm good with that. I'm going to miss out on 1% interest over the course of a year, but the rise of BTC and Ethereum over the course of a year, in case you guys don't know, year over year, Bitcoin went up 753% year over year, and Ethereum over 1,200%. I think it was 1,400% year over year. So I'd rather get that. I don't care about the 1% I lost if it's moving up that kind of time. If I don't know what's going to happen this year, but if it's moving up in these type of numbers, who cares about losing 1% of interest? I don't, because I make up for it when the price appreciates. I get more interest when the price goes up. So hopefully the prices go up another 100% or 200%. That makes up for the loss of the 1% interest daily. I'd rather have that. Okay, bought some NUE under 100. Hey, I'm down with that. I like that. Perfect. Bought more AITX. Diesel Mike, great job. I like to hear this, ladies and gentlemen. Listen to all this. This is awesome. Guys are saying, you know what? I'm going to be top 10%er. I'm staying in the top 10%er club. And then when I'm talking about this top 10% and top 1%, we're talking about on the economic scale in America. All right? We're talking about majority of America earns under $40,000, under $50,000 a year, 50% of the population, right? If you want to be in the top 10%ers, you got to invest. I gave you guys the chart from CNBC. If you've watched this already, you saw what the top 1%ers invest in versus the lower 50%. The chart, the items are virtually reversed. All right. So when they're investing in equities, which now people are going to consider stocks, which have always been equities, and crypto, those are now to me equities. That's where your money should be, just like theirs. Same thing. Starting businesses and getting extra streams of income, that's on the top 1%ers list. That's where you should be. Start your LLC, start your business, start your DBA, start getting extra streams of income, affiliate marketing, social media marketing, start making videos, podcasts. Oh, hey, open a room at Clubhouse. Do something, because you can get monetized on Clubhouse, TikTok, Snapchat. You can get monetized on all those platforms. All right? So get with it. YouTube, you can be monetized. That's how they do it, ladies and gentlemen. Is Celsius interest a taxable event? No, it is not. You're not cashing out, James Way. You're simply, they're, just like anything else, just like your bank or credit union. When they give you interest, it's not a taxable event. It's only when you withdraw it's going to be taxable. That's why it's a beautiful thing. And that's why the top 10%ers, the people with money, they don't really care about what Biden's saying about that, his taxes or increases. They're like, who cares? I'll just borrow against my assets. I'm not going to pay tax anyhow. Biden announced over 6,000 jobs for the EV economy. There we go. There we go. And you guys know what we've been talking about the whole time. EV, EV, EV. And AI, and cloud storage, right? You've heard all of this, right? And 5G, and satellite. All those things took a nosedive in February and now March and now April. So the prices are buyer's market right now for all of those. That is the future. All right. Okay. No tax on income when you borrow from self. Exactly. That's exactly right, Curtis Davis. Amari's mom. Damn, I love your shows. Amari's mom, glad to see you again on the Friday Night Live. Thank you so much for that support message there. I appreciate that. Thank you. You can't be spectator and active investor in trading sport. No room for sitting on the sidelines. That's right. I used to say to everybody back in the day, I was like, hey, man, I would say like two things. I said, just like I tell you guys, that's why I started YouTube, because I used to tell my friends everything I'm telling you. And they would just look at me like, Yeah, whatever. I work at my job. I put my money, $300, $400 into my 401k plan. I'm good. They gave me 8% last year. And I'm like, dude, stop. Please listen. Real estate. Look, I rent the real estate. Here's my receipts. Look, here's my tax papers. Look, what does that look like? I'm like, that's like 25% on my money. What are you talking about? Plus, I have assets. Are you not hearing me? Dude, stock market, crypto, just get a little bit. Just get 50 bucks, get $100 of this Bitcoin stuff. No. And that's when Bitcoin was like 13 cents, by the way. These guys are all like, no, man, I don't know what that is. Everything is always a no for 90% of the population. Top 10 percenters, they go get it. They make things happen. So I used to say, okay, no worries. I'm going to the penthouse. I'm dropping you off on the second floor. All right? Game over. Then I would say to other people, I'd be like, okay, sit on the sidelines and watch as the parade goes by. Some of us are participating in the parade. You can just stand there and watch. That's the bottom line of the story. You're always going to have spectators. So if you want to be a top 1%er, I'm laying out the CNBC article that I showed you guys. And for anybody that came in late, let me see if I can pull this up. Anybody who came in late, I'll pull it up again so you guys can see it. Here it is right here. This speaks volumes. This is volumes. Here's what the top 1%ers assets are. They're in stocks. They're in other assets. They're in private businesses. Those are the top 4. Okay? That's 56. That's 77. That's almost 80% of their assets is in these top 3. By contrast, look at here. For the bottom 50% who's all taught to get real estate, 80% of what the bottom 50% has their money in is stuff that they owe money for or bought that goes down in value. Meanwhile, look at this. It's reverse. Like pensions, equities, and private businesses they'll only comprise of 10%. Total flip-flop. These guys top 3, 78%. These guys bottom barely 12% of their assets. You see the big difference here? This is what's going on in America. The wealth gap is getting larger. And when the stock market and cryptos go up, now you see why the top 1%ers get richer in contrast to the bottom 50%, because the bottom 50% only has 2% and 1.7%. So this is the problem, right? So you guys can see the problem. There's no sugarcoating it. All right. Although it's easy to forget sometimes, a share is not a lottery ticket. It's part ownership of a business. You got that right. Gino Scimienti, I'm guilty of thinking of that it's like a lottery ticket. But that's exactly right, because we're all spoiled. Over the last 5 years, well, over the last 11 years, the stock market has hit all-time highs time and time again. It just keeps rising. Sure, there's little hiccups where there's 30% correction here, a 20% correction there, but it still keeps going up. So everybody's spoiled right now. Nobody has that 2008, 2009, 2007 drop. People have forgotten about that because it's an 11-year rise. So anybody who's like 18, well, who was 18 years old 12 years ago, all they know is they put their money in and it seems like the stock keeps going up. They put their money in crypto. Crypto keeps going up. They don't know nothing about pain. Nothing. They're all like, this is awesome. A lottery ticket. We're like, let me get some more in here. That's what keeps happening. And now you have a doggy coin situation where people are putting money in something that doesn't even do anything. So it's crazy. Got myself some ADA and Tether. Yeah, Tether had that similar to XRP situation, but they're relisted. So that I can't say nothing bad about that. Again, I invest in what you believe in. That's the bottom line of the story, because we can't win them all. Investing is always a risk. We can't win them all, but we try to win them all. ADA, Tether, I'm down with that. They're cheap. They're cheap enough. When you have 5,000 on one stock and move 6%, you make 350 easy. This week I counted over 5 stocks that popped 5 to 8%. Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Once you start getting more money in there, when things move 5%, you're sitting there going, wait, an extra 1,000 now, an extra 20. What's going on here? And you don't even realize it. But then again, you don't have to realize it when you're making investments based on long term. And speaking of long term, Gino Chimiente hasn't even mentioned it, which is our, I haven't still invested in it. It's Chipotle, right? Still haven't invested in Chipotle, but I did get in your Melly, and Melly's around 15.50 right now. So that's always good. The 4 most dangerous words in investing are, it's different this time. You're right about that. You are right about that. Bank is making money and charging us to use our money. Exactly, Wilson Koo. It's disgusting. That's why I love what Celsius is doing. I mean, I love what Nexo's doing too. But Celsius seems, the CEO, Machinsky, he's explaining exactly right. He's like, I don't want to be like a bank. We're trying to give, they give 80% of profits back to Celsian tokers or Celsian holders. That's in there, the interest. The company keeps 20%. I mean, I love his program. So that's why I have to say Celsius. And again, the links are down below to sign up with Celsius. If you put in $400 or more in Celsius for your first deposit, or send over $400 or more in crypto, you get $40 in free BTC. All right? Which ain't a bad second, ladies and gentlemen. Sorry, a little frozen, but we're back. All right, let's see what else we got going on. Melanie Benina, I'm now following you on Clubhouse. My sister invited me, taking care of business on this Friday, day, not day. That's right. That's how we do it. Exactly. Follow Miss 23 streams of income, soon to have 24 after she comes back from Punta Cana, I'm sure. PLG returned to 5%, $5 up 5%. Inflation has not hit yet. That's right. Still, I should have invested some more in PLG myself because it's still under $5. This is incredible. It's precious metals, ladies and gentlemen. You got to get some precious metals, whether it's physical or whether it's just in SIVR, whether it's in DRD. I'm giving you stock symbols. D as in David, R, D as in David, AUY, SIVR, SLVR, PLG, BTG. We got a few. All right. Awesome. Tanisha Laws, I'll follow you back after this live. Let's get these streams. Exactly, Melody Bonita. And thanks for helping people get the invite too. Check out ASE Technology, doing pretty well in a bargain price. All right. I'm not familiar with ASE Technology, so I guess we'll have to go look. See what this is. I missed it. I missed it. Sorry. I'm sorry. I missed that stock. I don't know what this is. Semiconductors? Advanced Semiconductor Engineering. Okay, I like that. $8. That's cheap. That's cheap. There's a semiconductor chip shortage. Yep, they've doubled over, almost doubled over 1 year. Yeah, I expect this to keep going up. There's a chip shortage. They can charge whatever they want, and they're right where they need to be in Taiwan too, even though I never really heard of these guys, but that's cool. Yeah, I like them. Let me get my pen and pad open here. Hold on. I gotta get this right. Let's see. Oh, there's what I was looking for. ASE. That's on the Monday. That's on the Monday roundup. Thank you so much, Tanisha Laws, for that one. I got 3 devices are going. You gotta love technology. That's right. That's exactly right. We love technology. Got that right. I know that's right at Tanisha Laws. Exactly. $174 billion Biden set aside for EV market planned. That's right. That's exactly what happened. That's the future, ladies and gentlemen. Makes your life easier. SpaceX launching this week also boosted some tech stocks. Exactly, Diesel Mike. You got to love it. This is what's happening. The rocket companies, you have a lot of stocks and a lot of industries The marijuana industry has been hit hard. Their stocks are in the buy range. I mean, as far as I'm concerned, there's a bunch of things to talk about. Curtis, noted. Exactly. Writing down Maria G's in the house. Hey, Eric, how you doing, Maria G? Thank you once again for being here on the Friday Night Live. And we're 2 hours in. So please smash that like button, ladies and gentlemen, and let YouTube know that we actually have people watching this live stream. All right, Melanie Bonita, anyone can be a millionaire before the end of this year. Listen to Eric and have at least 10 streams of income, bring in the minimum of 10K a month. Exactly, Melanie Bonita. That's how easy it is. And then we do have those emerging millionaire t-shirts. You can go get it at Stop Struggling Now. Or down below is the merch shelf. I keep forgetting about that merch shelf that's down below on the YouTube channel. You can actually see other stuff. I'm going to have to even order my own mug. How about that? We got to get the mug in the house. All right. The problem with 401k, you get 10% plus you pay tax on distributions at 67. Curtis Davis, start preaching. That's right. The retired must take control, even if only 1% fee by FA. A retiree giving up 40 to 60% gains. Exactly right. Your 401k, people are happy. I used to tell my friends, they're like, oh, I got 11% this. Well, they would never say 11. They used to say, I got 8% this year, 9% this year. I'm good. I'm like, you do know you could have got 25. They're like, what? I'm like, yeah, don't send your money to them. Just do it yourself. And they'd be like, no, I don't want to do that. I want to be safe. I'll just give it to these guys that know what they're doing, and I'll take my little 9% every year. It's working out for me. Meanwhile, they're sending like $800 a month into their 401k because the company's going to match a portion of it. And I'm just like, dude, man, I'm telling you, my friends, even after 30 years, I got friends, 30 years, they have a very nice nest egg at $1 million after 30 years. But that 30 years went down like $800,000, $900,000 per month they were given to the 401k company for like 20 of the 30. And when you start doing the numbers, you're like, wait, 10 years, 20 years, 20 times 12. So they gave the 401 like $400,000, $440,000, and they get $1 million after 30 years. Now you do realize all you needed to do, the power of 72, the new video's coming up. It's going to be dropped tomorrow. 72, you divide that by, all you needed to do was have almost like 3% a year. Not even that, 2.5% per year. And you would have doubled your money. That's all you would have added. Imagine if they would have been at 12% a year. Jesus. I mean, it's just sickening. It makes my heart. Melanie B, you are so right. That's 100K a month. You only need 83.33 to make $1 million a year. Top percent. Yeah, that's, well, now you'd be in the top 0.5% when you do that. But yeah, that's what it is. That's exactly what it is. You guys are rocking it with the gems. Wilson Koo, hey, you drop gems too, my man. But thank you so much. You got that right. The community here at SSN Nation, they're knowledgeable. They understand what's happening. And they try to help other people make money. That's why you got to share these videos, ladies and gentlemen, and let other people know what's happening, what time it is. This is no guru zone. This is free information that anybody can do. Get your Robinhood and Webull, free shares of stock. They're down below in the description. Get those. Some of you, there may be always people who say, you know what, I want to play it safe, Eric, just like your friends. I want to just send money somewhere and let somebody else handle it. I'll send in my 100 or 200. You can go see Wealthfront. That's down below in the description as well. When you have $500 or more at Wealthfront, they'll manage your money for you for free. All right? They make the investments for free for you. You just tell them if you want to do risky, medium risk, or low risk. They might have some other choices as well, but I'm just giving you the three main ones. And they'll invest for you. When your account gets up to $5,000, then they start charging you like 0.025%. But from 500 to 5,000, It's free. So pick Wealthfront, the link's down below. Or you can invest in index funds, VOO, VCR, VTI, VTSAX, ARK Invest, that's for G Money. That's an ARK fund. So you can go ARK F, ARK Q, ARK K, and the new one with the space program, ARK X. Those are all index funds. Again, set it and forget it. Just send your money over there. You can invest it. Robinhood and Webull has all those. You can invest in those on a monthly basis. And like I said, they've been earning 12 to 20 some percent per year, and some more than 20% for the last 5 years. You would have doubled your money, just so you know. All right. Like Steve Harvey says, you got to jump to be successful. Exactly. The other alternative means paycheck to paycheck living. Exactly. There's always this thing about Warren Buffett as well. He says, if you don't have extra streams of income, you're going to work until you die. That's just the way it's going to be. And that's why you see a lot of people right now who's over 50, who's over 60, and they're doing these little side jobs, even though they only get paid $10 or $8 or $10 an hour, that little extra income is what's needed because they don't actually have enough, or have even now enough streams of income coming in. And again, I'll point out something that's very, very important that some people misunderstand. It's not the point that you get to be a top 10% or a top 1%er that the game is over. The game is not over. The point is, there is no person, even the richest men on the planet, you don't see them just hanging out, doing nothing, partying. They are the richest guys, and they'd be the first ones to just sit there and do nothing. But there's two things going on here. One is, if you sit there, you deteriorate. But the second thing is, there's nothing to do sitting around. They're sitting there going, wait a minute, I got to check on these. And by the way, I don't want to lose my assets. I don't want to be like the Vanderbilts, going from the richest person in the USA. His son is the richest man in the world, but the Vanderbilts have nothing right now because they didn't plan. They just all spent. They acted like the bottom 50%, the heirs, that is. The heirs acted like the bottom 50%. They were like, oh, I got money. Let me just acted like basically like sports stars. We got money, we got homes, I'm buying cars, I'm buying homes, I'm doing all this stuff, but they didn't concentrate on any business. And that's why some of you may or may not know that Anderson Cooper is a Vanderbilt. He's on CNN. So his mom was in the clothing empire, Gloria, even though she's a Vanderbilt. But the rest of the family squandered everything. They were up there with the Carnegies, the Fords, and they're squandered away because they were acting like everybody else's mentality. They're like, oh yeah, once I make all this money, I'm just going to chill. I'll have all this stuff. But what you don't realize is there's expenses for everything. So when you have that 10,000 square foot house, you're thinking I make a lot of money? Yeah, you got to pay like 10,000 square feet, you got to pay like $5,000 to $10,000 a month just for upkeep, whether you're there or not. And so what happens when you get older? Your income declines. Now you got this big ass mansion, but you can't pay for it because you don't have the income to match no more. So no, the richest people, they don't sleep. They're still studying. Mark Cuban, still reading books, still trying to figure out code, still trying to figure out anything that's new that comes out so he doesn't get left behind, and he's able to keep investing. These guys have billions, and by rights, they probably could retire and sit around doing nothing, but that's not 1%ers do. Jamie Dimon, who gets probably 25 million, actually, Victor Marrero might know how much he gets. He probably gets like 25 to $35 million a year. Bonus money, as they call it. Never mind about his salary. The dude doesn't have to do anything. But they're not sitting on their laurels. They're still saying, wait a minute, man, we might get passed by. This crypto stuff, it might leave us in the dust. We better He's not retiring. He's sitting there going, no, 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 I want in this game. That's all I'm trying to say. You guys don't get caught up into the numbers. Don't get caught up into that. All you got to do is just get your extra streams of income going, whether it's real estate, whether it's equities, whether it's going to be this newfangled Celsius where you earn interest daily. Do something that's going to get you, whether it's social media, whether it's affiliate marketing. It doesn't matter. Get these extra streams of income because you can't sit around doing nothing anyhow. All right? That's just a myth. That's a fallacy. There is no person that has means that sits around. All right? Nobody does that because everybody's out here hustling. All right? Just keep that in mind. That's right. Going to the bank is a bigger risk. Exactly. You got that right, Wilson Koo. Gino, you can be conservative and look at companies 6 times earning and be safe. The problem I see people risking the new portfolio on SPAC only. I believe a person should start Microsoft, AT&T, Marvel, Apple. I agree. That's why initially you guys always heard me talk about, yes, the Apples, the Marvels, the AT&Ts. That was my first go-to, AT&T, because they have a track record, 52 years of dividends. So at least you're already going to get 9 to 10% on your money every year if you have AT&T. At one time, Ford was also doing 10, 12% at their price drop last year, but they stopped giving their dividends. But again, Apple, Microsoft, Marvel, AT&T, those are all great companies, and they're in all the right spaces. So long-term wise, those are the ones you should start a foundation with. You got dividend money coming in. You have appreciation. So this is how you should start it out. I agree with that. What do you think about Acorns? Is it worth it? Yeah, I like Acorns. I don't use Acorns myself, but from what I understand, Acorns is where people who have leftover money can buy stocks, whether it's $5, $10, $20, just like Cash App. I have anything that helps people invest, which is another reason why the stock market is volatile, because we have a whole like millions of people who basically is in the lower top 50% who previously couldn't be in the stock market. But now this Acorns app, a person buys something and has like change left over, and then now they can buy $5 worth of this, $3 worth of that, $20 worth of that. So now more money is being put into both the stock market and the crypto from people who previously wouldn't have put anything in. So yeah, I'm down with anything that helps people invest, because investments are long-term. They're not short-term. I hit you on your message website on message. Please check it out. Amari's mom. Okay, I will. You hit me on the website, but not email me. That's fine. I'll check it out, and then I'll get back to you after this. Safe is sorry. That's the way I look at it. No risk, no reward. That's another way I looked at it. That's my whole life, basically. It's always a risk as far as I'm concerned, because without risk, I don't have streams of income coming in because technology changes. Just because I could do something 20 years ago doesn't mean that it's working 20 years later. And this is why most businesses, 90% of businesses are out of business in 10 years. That started up 10 years ago are out of business now because they can't change with the technology. So you don't want to be in that boat. That's why Mark Cuban, the Shark Tank guys, that's why you see them there. They have billions of dollars, but you see them trying to get more businesses. It makes sense. I hope you guys are getting this. That's why they're sitting in those chairs. They're taking advantage of free business opportunities that's coming to them, which, by the way, now I can't even say it. Golly, I want to say it, but there's people watching who might try to copy, because I've been finding some things out that people have been actually copying some of the stuff I've been saying and trying to flip it a little bit, but I'm not even going to say. I got surprises. SSN Lifestyle, if I'm able to get all my stuff together, I got surprises, because what I'm talking about, I'll just tell you. What I'm talking about with Shark Tank, Wozniak from the Apple, he's coming out with a new thing like a Shark Tank, right? But let me put it to you another way. Here's what happens. In case you guys don't know how Shark Tank and all these things work, what they do is they're producers and people, their teams, they go around looking on like Kickstarter. They go around looking on Indiegogo. They go around looking for crowdfunding stuff. And that's where they get their so-called leads. And then they call them up or bring them into the studios. And then they say, hey, what are you trying to do? And they screen them, so to speak, right? So you're only being presented after they've screened people, and there's the ones that they're going to show on TV. What you don't know is there are people that tried to get on Shark Tank that couldn't, who are still looking for crowdfunding or still looking for investors. Well, in my brain, I'm sitting here like, man, wouldn't it be real nice? Think about this, ladies and gentlemen. If you're investing, wouldn't it be real nice if you had maybe 10 people a week in front of you and to show you, hey, invest in my company. I'll give you equity. That's what you always want, ladies and gentlemen, equity. I'll give you 10% equity if you give me $5,000. Now imagine if you had a panel of people, but the panel of people aren't, they're actually sharks by themselves. But imagine if the panel is also teamwork. So imagine if you say, we're here tonight and we had some 10 people present something to us, and one of you who's watching this tonight, and a person says, I need $10,000 and I'll give you 10% equity in my business. Now, after Shark Tank is aired, these deals are sometimes not consummated because people aren't always telling the truth, right? So they'll tell them numbers, and then when they get off camera, they go check them out and they find out, dude, I thought you said you made like $200,000 this year. Then after you check them out, they really only made 100. Now the investment is not even working because you told us you made 200,000 profit. So now it doesn't get done in the background, but you never know that. But that's the same rules that's going to apply, right? So if we're all here and somebody presents us something and says, yeah, I want $20,000 and I'll give you 10% equity in this company. And now you can say, one of you could say, hey, I'll take that deal. Or as a group, hey, all 5 of us, you each want to chip in $2,000, or 10 of us, you want to chip in $2,000 each. We'll take that. Hey, it's got to give us 15% then. It's not worth our time or whatever. Same type of thing. How would you like that for ordinary citizens? Because every day somebody's emailing me saying, hey, I'm trying to do this business. They haven't even done startups, but now you can do startups. You can do people who are already in business, and they don't have to go to Shark Tank, Dragon's Den, or this new Wozniak show. Yeah, I got something for you. SSN Lifestyle, ladies and gentlemen. It's coming. That's the whole point. We're going to actually turn into the top 10, top 1%ers. We're going to turn into the IPO crowd. So now when somebody's trying to get funding, they might be coming to us. So we'll be in on the ground floor when they go, oh, yeah, we'll give you shares at 50 cents a share or $1.50 a share. Now we're the Facebook guys. You know, we're the Zuckerberg guys. We're the Winklevoss brothers, you know, where we only put up $1,000 and got 1,000 shares. Now when the company luckily may go IPO, now we got 1,000 shares that are $150 a share. You follow what I'm saying? We're going to flip the script. They don't like me much, the government. So I figured my final act that I'm going to do is going to be this SSN Lifestyle. And it's because people are going to be making money, and I'm flipping the script. We're going to be making money, having fun, being able to do stuff. And they're going to be like, wait, how are these guys doing this? And I got other tricks up my sleeve, but I still haven't gotten my most important thing done yet. But we got something coming, ladies and gentlemen. Just check it out. No risk, no reward. Like Melanie Bonita said, that's how we do this. All right. I'm not sure about TCAT and other NFTs, but it jumped 33% on the day. Yeah. I should have bought more TKAT. The reason why is because I'm down. I'm down like 40% on TKAT, and I should have bought some more because then I would have been getting closer back, but I didn't. But it's all right. I'm winning. So, I mean, when you have a 60% year over year in the stock market, I'm kind of getting complacent, which I shouldn't be. But I'm going to take care of TKAT next week on Monday. In fact, let me write that down on my list because I forgot about a couple of things. Forgot about the other one as well. that I should have been in. Steve Harvey has excellent testimony about not giving up, Showtime and the Apollo in his credit journey. Exactly. Again, all the stars that you see on TV, sports stars and all that, rest assured there is nobody that started out last year. Nobody. All these people put in work for years, 10 years, 15 years. All right? I got a story. I used to wear Gloria Vanderbilt jeans way back in the day. Exactly. And Gloria Vanderbilt was actually a Vanderbilt, granddaughter of the richest man in the world in the 1920s. Can you believe that? And they all squandered, not her, but her dad squandered his shares, his part of his inheritance away. All of their cousins got rid of all theirs damn near. It's crazy. They have a Vanderbilt mansions that they actually had to open up to the general public, to like a museum, so that they could get some money in for that. That's why they still have one or two of those big ass mansions. It's crazy. I mean, we're talking about like Elon Musk right now. Or Bezos, I don't know which one is the richest man in the world, but that's what her great grandfather, the richest man in the world. I mean, richest man in the US. Her grandfather, the richest man in the world. And yet they have nothing less than 100 years later. Is that incredible? That's just incredible to me. So it does matter what you do with your money. Cara Cannabis on the way back. I don't know about Cara. Let's go look. I never heard of Cara, but there's so many cannabis stocks. But I keep forgetting you're in Canada. So let's see. Cara, they're on the NASDAQ. 26. Yeah, it is on its way back because the 52-week high was 29.65. Oh, it's Cara Therapeutics, but you're saying they are marijuana? Yeah, they've made a comeback, which 16 to 26. Yeah, that's a comeback. So I can't say anything about that. That's just another stock to look at. Do your due diligence, ladies and gentlemen. That's all there is to it, right? Instagram people spend 3 to 4 hours making videos, retakes, photo takes, then post it on several other platforms. It's job until you get 10,000 followers. Exactly. In fact, we're on Instagram. Stop struggling now on Instagram. Only have 600 and some odd followers. That's it. So if I want to get more followers, this is the playbook that you have to do on Instagram. You have to do Instagram lives. You have to do the videos and the reels and all that. And again, that's how you do it. That's the playbook right there. Thank you, Curtis Davis, for that. Disney is always a reliable stock as well. Exactly, Diesel Mike. Disney is exceptional right now. That's a buy, even though it wasn't last year was a buy at 90 something. Now it's like 160. Still a buy in my opinion. Disney's done damage. I love what they've been doing. Cresco Labs, medical cannabis space, CRLB. Yes, I agree with a lot of cannabis, but again, I tend to stay in this case like I should with all cases, but I don't. I like to stay with the top 15 because I know they're going to merge and I know they're going to buy things. I went out on a limb for some others, but again, I like the top 10, top 15 cannabis stocks right now. Disney dipped during pandemic. Yeah, $99 a share. Exactly, Curtis Davis. I knew you would know because we were talking about it last year. Yeah, I got free Apple stock on Wednesday from Stash. There goes another one. Moses Tillman, thank you for chiming in. Stash is another one like Acorn. You can, just pay for little bits and slices of stocks. All right? That's fire because I'm working diligently, becoming an emerging millionaire. Yes, Eric, you forgot about your merch tonight. That's right. But look, ladies and gentlemen, this is the one. F average. Be legendary. That's how we do it around here. We're trying to be legendary all the time. Government doesn't like it, but that's what we do. Our team at Chase manages taxes for the company's executive directors and above. CEO salary is blocked out and managed by a special team. That is funny. That is funny stuff right there. Oh, that is priceless. That is priceless. Oh my God, that is priceless. Woo! That's priceless right there. That's priceless. Yeah. Yeah, Victor. Victor, the reason why they're not, you know why it's blocked out. Like I said, when these guys are getting compensation and the executive team, like we're talking about, is what I told people before. I don't really care what the tax code is going to be. They're up there borrowing money from the company, paying it back, getting salaries. They're getting stuff that other people will not be getting, and they don't need to see it. That's all I'm saying, because if people knew what was going on, they'd be like, wait, what? These dudes are making millions of dollars and they're not paying taxes? What's going on? Yep, the Sam Walton family funds controlled by a huge trust. Nobody stays wealthy by accident. Exactly. Exactly right. That's exactly right. The Ultimate Gift. Oh, yeah, that's a good movie. It's a great movie to watch to learn how to keep your heirs from squandering your money. Exactly. Exactly. There's ways to do it. Psychedelics are coming. Try C Core One Labs. Their proprietary synthetic depression CLABF. Is that that's another penny stock? Let's go look. Is that a penny stock over the counter? Yeah, 74 cents. Vancouver, Canada, and over the counter markets. Yeah, it's doubled. So, called Core One Labs. Let me see. Do I have it on the screen? Yeah, we got it on the screen. Medical cannabis may be doing a different merger as recreational cannabis is a tougher market. Exactly. Exactly. That's why I want to stay with the top 10. Planet 13, PLNHF. That's over the counter market. They got big things going on. And by the way, I got to get me some more of that. Steve Harvey, TJ Mallet, welcome to the Friday night live stream. Thank you so much for being here. Steve Harvey might have some cool things to say, but he has no integrity. TJ Mallet, I hate to say it, but yeah, he's right. He's right. He's done some interesting things to some of his friends. Lots of love. The salary unknown at 4 major bank CEOs get perks people dream of. No worries. Exactly. Exactly. So I'm going to put this on. In fact, this is some funny stuff right here. Let me go look at this. CEO Chase 2019 salary. See, here we are. I'm pulling this up. This is so sick. Okay. This is so sick. Okay. And this is Jamie Dimon got a 1.6% raise to $31.5 million for his work in 2019 after his bank posted record earnings and shares of the company surged. Dimon's compensation package includes $1.5 million in salary and $30 million in performance-based incentives, according to the filing released late Thursday. 31.5 after record earnings, using our money, the people's money, and then using it to invest in other things. This is so sick. Oh, this is so sick. Oh my God, that's so sick. And you know, bank tellers earn like $30,000 a year. I mean, and branch managers earn like, well, actually, I don't know what they earn. I know what branch managers earn in credit unions. They're not as high as banks, but probably bank managers probably in the, I know they're got to be at the 200. Probably they got to be at 6, so they got to be at 150 to 200. I know that, at least. But this 31.5 million is insane. Jesus. Good God. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're about to wrap this up. We're at 2 hours and 31 minutes, 34 minutes. So I guess it's another Friday Night Live, and I appreciate you all being here. So hopefully you learned something. If you like what we talk about, please subscribe to the channel. And down below in the description, get your free $10 from Coinbase. If you haven't uploaded money and made a purchase of crypto. And if you want free stock, then go down below and download Robinhood and Webull. And if you want $40 of free BTC, which is Bitcoin, then you got to deposit $400 or more at Celsius Network. That link is down below. I might have even included the Voyager link, where if you deposit $100 or more, you get free $25 of BTC. That link for Voyager is probably down below as well. And there's another thing. If you want to join so you get notifications, because YouTube doesn't notify everybody, you got to sign up for the newsletter. It's at the bottom of the description to sign up for the newsletter, because I email you when videos have come out or when lives are about to happen as well. So that's another thing. All right. So that's all there is to it, ladies and gentlemen. We're about to wrap this up. So if you have any further questions, why don't you ask them now? Let's see what we got. That is crazy bonuses. You got that right. Thanks for the fun and gems, fam. Exactly. Thank you, everybody, for the gems. And thank you for watching. And thank you for listening. And please like, subscribe, and click the bell below so you get the latest updates. And as I say, it's always hard out here, because it's real in the field. And that's why I bring you the real stats, the real information. There's no sense in playing around pretending like everything's going to be fine when it's not, because inflation is coming, ladies and gentlemen. And if you don't get your extra streams of income, you're going to be left behind. No job is going to save you. Nobody's coming to save you. So get your streams of income so you can invest now in 2021 and get your streams of income, because when inflation happens, you're going to wish you were making that extra 500, that extra 1,000 to mask that inflation that's going to hurt the bottom of the population economically. You don't want to be there. All right. So get it while you can now. And with all that said, keep your head up, keep moving, and I'm out.